Hello, I'm professional broadcaster Dan McDowell, letting you know that you are about to hear one of our free podcasts. But if you'd like to subscribe at dumbzone.com, you'll get 4 shows per week, plus the weekend wrap-up and any bonus sods like our Business Wednesday interviews. So, if you forgot how to use the 15-second rewind, that's dumbzone.com to subscribe. Now, on to today's program.
The Dumb Zone.
Well, a happy Monday to you from Fairlease Navidad. Fairlease can help you lease your next vehicle. If you're trapped in some sort of an upside-down loan, they can help. You can lease instead of overpaying. Fairlease, Texas-owned, Texas-strong. Choose Texas, choose Fairlease. I like that. You get more for your trade, pay less for your next car. We've had a number of listeners who have done this. The way to do it is to go to fairlease.org, click Request a Quote, and then select the Dumb Zone on How Did You Hear About Us. Maybe Fairlease isn't right for you. You owe it to yourself to give them a shot. Give them a shot to earn your business, Blake.
Yeah, they...
I was done with the spot. It's fairlease.org.
The preceding and the following content are brought to you by No Puppet Productions and The Dumb Zone.
Hey, did you guys know eBay is not as big of a pain in the ass anymore? Like you can just straight buy stuff.
Yeah, from
very
businesses.
quickly from businesses.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, I got that, my Luca jersey tee.
Oh,
on
okay,
eBay.
yeah. It's just
I don't know if it was a business, though. I mean,
business in China.
ordering stuff online is great. So,
You're going to go there?
Amazon is obviously great,
Come on.
and Amazon's pretty great because
Amen.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah? I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I wanna know where to go. I wanna know where to go. Give me the go. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Be a crackhead. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. Lip cut. I wanna know where to go.
Happy Monday, fellas. New theme song today. Hope that's all good with you. What a day.
Is today the actual day?
Well, it's St. Patrick's Day.
I don't know. I mix it all up with the party being on Saturday and all that, you know. Boy, you want to talk about... I feel like a nom vet on this weekend. Just watching social media.
Oh, that used to be you?
Just a text from the buddies over the weekend of remember the year with the fight? Yeah. Remember the year where the girl fell asleep in the bathroom that we didn't know? Yeah. Remember?
Think of the Cowboys text thread.
Remember when your buddy dressed like a slave?
That was Halloween, okay? There was context there.
Was the Cowboys text thread? Remember when Zeke popped out that girl's boob?
Gotta love it.
Remember when
Gotta
Zeke
love
beat
it.
up the bartender?
All you guys are conflating several Dallas incidents. Remember when Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks saved the St. Patrick's Day parade?
That's right.
Once upon a time. I saw they had a float there this weekend.
Oh, really?
How do you think that went?
How'd that go?
Just people.
Were there Fire Nico chants as the float went by?
There were. Just people 12 beers in at 9:30 in the morning.
I love it.
Dude, and there's kids out there and people are like, Fire Nico, F you. We'll get into that.
One of the
I'm
great,
sure.
great miscalculations in all of sports history.
Well, it's not getting better because, I don't know. Here's what I wrote down this weekend regarding the trade. Starting to believe in religion a little. When I see Quentin Grimes drop 25
Like,
straight
you think
points,
there's a reason for that?
the Mavs are potentially going to have to forfeit a game. Not going to happen, but the fact that it's being talked about is hilarious.
Yeah.
Luka looked awesome yesterday. He was having fun.
So what brought you to Christ? Basketball.
It doesn't matter.
Right. They'll take you any way they can get you.
Got here as quick as I could.
Yeah.
There's got to be something. There's something mysticism related happening here. It's got to be. Quentin Grimes. What are we doing?
Quentin Grimes, he's actually great, apparently. No, he's great on a team with nobody else on it. And Mavericks aren't that team. They are.
He'd be your leading scorer.
They're stacked.
He's scored more since going to Philadelphia than anyone has as a Maverick.
Like he can't fire Nico right now.
No.
Because then it all goes to him. So the ownership is like, all right, we'll just keep the heat on Nico. Like even they've got to be thinking it was the biggest mistake we've ever made now. But
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
But
they have to. They don't mind that it's all fire. It's kind of all been focused at Nico, where it probably should be focused at Dumont. But you can't fire owners, Jerry Jones. We've already decided that.
I do wonder, like, if Dumont's day will come where 5 years from now does he say, like, hey, look, I thought the logic was sound,
yeah,
but it
this
didn't work
guy
out.
convinced me. Yeah, they'll do that because that will still make him look good, or at least as good as he could look. Is that I don't know? This guy, he hoodwinked me. He hoodwinked us all. This Nico, they can put it squarely at his feet, and we will accept it just like we do every year with Jerry Jones. And man, if you get a new coach, maybe you just get a new coach in here. You change this around. This will make it better. When really at all.
Who would ever just blindly let their enthusiasm go to level 10 just based on some 52-year-old head coach that the entire league has passed over for 25 years? I'm ready, boys. I'm ready. It's a big week. Spring break.
Big week coming up. Oh, it is spring break week. Yeah, my wife works for a school system, and she's on spring break this week, much to my chagrin. Just because then she's here in the morning, and it's like...
I have an idea for you.
Got my routine. I want to...
I have an idea for you.
Got my thing, and I don't like it altered.
What if... And maybe right now is not the best time because our finances are what they are. They're not poor, America. Thank you. We appreciate you all. You need to plant the seed in your wife's the idea of like a 4-day girls trip.
She's done that, yeah.
Well, it's been a while because I hadn't heard about it in a minute.
Well, it's based on her buddy has a condo or a timeshare or something like that in Florida.
This is not a hard sell. Tell her how much you've been reading about how like friendship and community really, really matters, especially for women as they get older. And you care about her.
You live longer.
You grow older together. And the way book club's nice. What about book club on steroids? And you do it on spring break. You do it over a weekend. They do it in the summer, whatever. She's got friends who could take 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, over the summer, say it's a celebration for her first year at the new place or something.
Yeah, we need you to instigate this. Don't wait for your friend's condo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get a place.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with this.
Wonder if I could run a GoFundMe to fund my wife going out of town for me.
I'd throw a little in there.
I would too.
Just to see how the show changes for a few days. But, like, I'm lucky. My wife is the one who plans this stuff.
Yeah.
But then when I see that, I'm like, man, I wonder if Blake and Dan's wives – I wonder if we could get a little nudge here somehow.
Oh.
Find a place for them. Tell them you heard about a place in the Hill Country. It's great. Massages.
God, girls
What
love
about
the
that
Hill
for
Country.
if we've had trades before where we go sales will trade us a weekend at a certain resort or something like that. What if we were to do that? Or what if we use charity money to buy a silent auction weekend at Jared's auction with the Sandlot? We buy a silent auction weekend, and I give it to my wife. And I'm like, hey, this is a gift. Oh, are we going to go? No. Better.
You deserve it more.
Yeah. Take your friends, They're always
I
setting
know
you
I've
up
put you through a lot with this whole dumb zone thing.
in her condo. Yeah, we're financially not as well off as we could be right now. Certainly, we could have bought another house had we not made some decisions that we made. But yeah, here we are. Let's go.
We could say the word, like, dick and stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't really, like, help her a ton. But
What do you mean?
well, now, I mean, that's
Oh,
kind of
we
the,
can
the
say the word
upshot
dick.
of your decision. No, I think you should see how this goes. Fly a little test balloon. Buy yourself a little time. I'm going on a brief vacation the back half of this week, but I will still be doing the show. I'm very excited about getting to be the AJ Hawk of the Dan McAfee show.
Yeah, in my weekly talk with my mom, was talking about visiting Cleveland this year, and I was like, I might just haul off and go up there for a week or something and drive to see my girl who's going to be, not my side piece, my daughter. And hopefully she's got a friend that would eventually become my side piece. Because that's the thing, right? Once you have a college-age daughter, you're allowed to date women that are the age of your daughter. Whereas when they were like in junior high, that was frowned upon. Mm-hmm. Nobody would
heavily.
Society would have really cast me in a bad light on that. So I didn't even contemplate it. That's why I didn't.
I mean, I think it would be a much cooler move if, just for the show, if you wanted to go viral, if they were to get a boyfriend and then you hook up with them. Because that seems to kind of be the...
Have relations with the boyfriend?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of a Ole Miss SEC thing. Except you're gonna
I
have
do
to
love
work
my
with
daughter's boyfriend. He's great.
He seemed like a good dude.
He's a real good dude.
Yeah. You're bigger than he is, too.
Why is he with her?
This is important. I'm not trying to get you, dominated.
What do you mean? I'm the bear? What
well,
are we saying?
Yeah,
here?
I think so. And I've met the guy once, and he's
Well, he's
gentle.
Gonna,
grow into a man.
Just the power dynamic.
Yeah, he's already
would indicate that he's probably the bottom.
Yeah, you can go do that. Go take trips.
But I just thought I could still do the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty.
How about a little weekend check?
How about a weekend check?
It's brought to you by our good friends at Scenario. Scenario are our data nerd buddies, and they can become yours as well. That is Syenerio. And right now they are sponsoring a March Madness Bracket Challenge. This is a really cool idea because what they do is they work with your business's, I guess you could do it personally, but your business's data. Grab all your messy data, stick it in one place. They're an analytics company. I'm trying to get my parents on this for their small business. It's a super, super clean, straightforward, organized way to look at all of your data, financial, HR, whatever you need. And they're putting up this bracket so that you can experiment with their interface and have a chance to win 4 tickets to any Cowboys game this season. You do that at scenario.com/bracket. You fill out the bracket, you give them your email, and you are good to go. You can even hit, do it for me, and they'll give you a little AI-generated bracket. So the brackets are set. You go to scenario.com/bracket, fill out a bracket, give them your email, and you get a chance to win 4 Cowboys tickets and maybe something that can help out your business as well. We can check. Brought to you by Scenario. I'll go first. I got a quickie here.
All right.
So one thing I do is I try to get every couple months get a massage or a facial. Like a real man.
Uh-huh.
I went there yesterday. No Gary. I think Gary's kind of a part-time player because he's got a real gig as a chiropractor, I think. But
I get asked about Gary a lot.
Yeah. So we refer somebody probably monthly via email. So the lady that was doing my thing yesterday, I'm not much of a talker, but somehow the topic came up of how much other people talk during massages and facials. There's a lady, she's probably in her 30s, and she's like, oh, yeah. Because I said one time, I thought before about bringing headphones in here, but I assumed it would be rude. And she's like, no. Headphones would be nice because normally most of my clients will just watch movies. They'll hold their phone up above.
Weird.
On a tablet or iPhone, or they'll do conference calls. She's like, nowhere else, but Southlake's different. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, it's mostly like for facials and massages. She has like 50-something males. And she's like, and they'll have their Bluetooth on. They'll do conference calls. Or they're holding a phone, watching a show the whole time. I usually say about 10 words to the person I'm dealing with. Sometimes I fall asleep.
I think it's a rare place where you can unplug.
Yeah.
Like, that's the point to me.
100%. Like, just laying there is
That's my point at the barbershop when I get a head shave, too. Like, I will
Quiet.
not be scrolling through my phone, looking
Yeah.
at my phone. Like, actually, and yes, I will nod off.
I don't even open my eyes.
I
yeah.
love to close
lady
my eyes
knows.
during the whole thing.
Yeah. Especially for yours, even more relaxing with the head shave than the haircut. But yeah, so the reason I bring this up, one, she noted that it's South Lake, and she'd worked at other places, and it's like it's way more common here. I don't know, it's different.
Making deals,
I guess,
cashing checks,
or at least people
breaking
that
necks.
feel like they need to always be making deals. Because I reflexively, she's like, I don't know, people are busy. I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of busy, but somehow I find
Take
the
this
ability to
half
shut
hour.
45 minutes, my brain's off. So I bring this up because more and more we're noticing, folks, the olds are just as, if not more, addicted to their technology than your kids
They're
are.
worse.
Way worse.
Like, I feel like I'm in a sweet
Well, I don't know
sweet
about worse,
spot
but
because-
yes, just as.
Yeah, I hear about kids who can't pay attention in school because they're addicted to the
Dude,
phone.
my wife can't watch TV without her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's another place where I will check, and then if I have to do something, I'll kind of pause the TV and, okay, I got to answer these guys or something. And I want to think about that, but I'm watching the show. Like, we're here,
Yeah.
but she watches it while playing Brick or whatever the mindless game that she's doing.
It's just funny. It's funny to me that, I don't know, there's almost like a weird so somebody brought this up when we were talking about Portland. Have you guys ever heard of, like, in politics, the horseshoe theory? The idea is that at the extremes of, like, far, far left and far, far right, you wrap around to basically the same place of authoritarianism. That, like, and military, like, control, that, like, the far left can be in line with the far right because they just meet each other. They get so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is a case where most of the people that I see staring at their phone while walking or talking out loud on a speakerphone are either teens or affluent whites. Although I guess this is the black community is charged with this quite a bit, though, right? Like airport, bus, public.
With the Bluetooth,
Yeah, I have heard that that's like a stereotype.
maybe it's just people.
Can confirm.
Yeah, I don't know though. Maybe it is just people, and trying to make it an age or gender or race thing is too much. But I don't know. I feel like there are pockets where it's more popular. I would never in a million years imagine holding a phone up and watching Netflix while I was getting a massage. That's like lunatic behavior to me.
People are just afraid to be bored. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is for me. If I'm sitting there and I don't have anything to do, well, let me scroll. But there are times in my day where I have to force myself to, and driving's a good one.
Don't you think an important
Just drive in silence.
Right, and is part of that, like, now obviously driving, you're paying attention to the road, but also just allowing yourself to think.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I don't know. I like doing some things, and I'll listen to a podcast, but then some things I actively, like, and I have to make them certain things. So when I wash the dishes and clean up at night, like, I'm doing a mundane activity that I can easily do, which allows me then to think about other things. And I'm constantly pulling out my phone, writing a note down.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I thought about this we should do this tomorrow. Or,
That's
oh,
how
we
it
should do
works
this.
with me with...
But if I was listening to a podcast,
No,
I
you
wouldn't
wouldn't.
be actively thinking of those things I got to do for the week or to get ready. So I need to make myself have points in life where I don't have any other media coming at me.
So, like, you hear about meditation, and I'll try to do it every day, but I'm terrible at it. I'm not a good meditator.
I'm a terrible at it.
I was going to say I'm a terrible meditator. I'm a
And it's
terrible
not
at the
good at
meditation. But what happens is, rather than me actually being able to achieve the level of calm in 15 or 20 minutes that the meditation is supposed to provide, what ends up happening is I just get really good thoughts for 20 minutes. So I have to pause it and write it down. That's actually what ends up happening.
Well, that's good.
You want to think about nothing? I can't do that.
It
But
should
if I
be-
sit in silence...
It should be to each person what it is.
And then my other quick note, TV-wise, I'm one behind on White Lotus. It ran last night, so there's no spoilers here. But it did, last week's episode that I watched, made me think of a classic IJB topic. So this show, if you've seen it before, and really HBO, I feel like in general right now, a lot of dicks. Folks, they love to show the penis. Gemstones. White Lotus always has feels like it always has a penis or more.
I think my wife has seen Steve Zahn's penis.
Yeah, or at
What a
least Steve
big
Zahn
day for
wearing
her.
a penis. Yeah.
In season 1.
Yeah, because like
Did she mow the lawn that night?
Probably.
his balls were a big topic in season 1. Like he was sick.
Yeah, cancer or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
So White Lotus had an episode
I gotta go. I gotta mow the front yard.
last week.
Okay.
It's 9 o'clock at
Raining. The dad in the family is like all pilled out, drunk, and he's wearing a robe. I mean, he forgets, and he's with his family, like 20-something son, 17 daughter, 15 son, and he like opens it up, and it's just dad dick flopping out, and he's all, ugh. And it got me thinking about a topic TC and I really got hung up on a couple years ago. Was just, do you remember the last time you saw your dad's dick? Because I do. I was like 6.
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah.
Was it like? Mine was probably at the men's club, the gym, not the men's club, like the
Yeah, that'd be funnier.
the VIP room. I mean,
yeah,
the,
he couldn't keep it in his
back
pants.
in the old days, they would have athletic clubs that only men would go to,
Yeah.
and that's where I probably saw all my first wieners that weren't mine, because all the old men would walk around, after playing racquetball, just walk around naked in the.
Yeah.
Sit there watching TV naked, go into the pool naked.
Probably steam naked.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's gonna die.
No Nova Yellow. What if I started saying that?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
When's the last time you saw your dad's wiener?
Probably at the same age. I don't know. 6, 5.
I just feel like I remember a memory of us, like, because here's why another thing is, Dan and Bob used to have a debate over when it's too old to shower with your kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my daughter's 6, and I think I'm right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bob would have said 5 or 6 is crazy back then. But, like, I took a shower last night while my daughter was in the bathtub next to it, and even that felt weird.
You kind of don't, once they are, I just think you wouldn't want them to communicate to others that they know that their dad, I was naked with my dad this morning or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously it's all
Don't
quite
tell
innocent.
them about our little fun time.
I mean, obviously that, hopefully it's all innocent, but yeah, like showering with the little kid is like showering with your dog, as far as I was concerned.
Oh, by the way, I did that the other day. As I've told you guys, I'm willing to try things. Did I tell you I showered naked with the dog?
Oh, no, you didn't say
The
that.
dog got very muddy.
You are growing.
I tried it. I was concerned, but the dog is
Did you
not.
get a boner? Was that what your concern was?
Yeah, for a second, and then I just.
Yeah.
The dog's not as close
Had
to my
to get him
junk
back
as I
for the
thought.
cyst on you.
That's right.
How does it feel?
Take it. So, anyways, hopefully none of you over the weekend saw your dad's junk.
No, I do think about that because Brooks will like come in there as I'm getting out of the shower. But to some degree, it's like we're dudes.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I don't care.
know.
The boy, I don't know that I'll ever care.
Yeah. Yeah, having girls, a different thing.
Yeah.
Clayton, weekend check? Clayton usually watches lots of TV.
Big time TV. Let me backtrack to Jake's thing about dad penis.
Go on.
He wants to participate.
Yeah, go on.
So my dad, who's no longer with us,
Jeez, Dan.
would just fire off the work clothes as soon as he got home. He was a farmer, so dirty, whatever, just fire off the work clothes as soon as he got home. And it may be an hour or two before he has loungewear on.
He's just naked?
He's just chill. I mean, he lived alone in a ranch house out in West Texas, and when I would go visit, he's not changing his routine just because I'm there.
He sits in the house naked.
Yeah. We sat in the house.
Not underwear.
No.
That's the
God,
weirdest thing
that's
I've ever heard.
Just
That's
go jump
such
in the
freedom.
shower, clean off, and then just chill out. Air dry.
So how old were you the last time you saw your dad naked?
28.
Jeez.
Went on a dove hunting trip. Spent a week out there, no phone, no nothing, and he's not changing his routine for anybody.
It's an interesting
Respect.
thought, though. Would you, if tomorrow she goes on the girls' trip, she dies, you're completely solo,
God, that's my biggest fear.
would you, well, you got a kid, would you ever just be like, why do I need clothes in the house?
No,
Because
because I love being alone,
Yeah.
and I am never walking around naked during that time.
would you just go underwear?
Nah, I kind of even underwear. I don't know. I would go, just comfortable shorts or something, but no.
Yeah, I don't feel like my comfies
I kind of like wearing a shirt.
They're comfy.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't walk around without a shirt
I don't really either anymore.
unless I'm oiling up and playing bodybuilder in the
Hey.
mirror, which I will do.
Well, that's really weird, dude. I'm sorry about that trauma.
Oh, okay. Yeah, elsewhere.
It wasn't trauma. I mean, when you grow up with it, it's your life. It's just
Did you get hard when you saw him? Or?
no.
Okay.
We're
We're trying to weed him out.
two little things. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, I'm a straight white cis male. There you go, Dan.
All right.
All your answers that you've ever wanted.
That's exactly what a gay guy would say.
Two weekend things for me. Gemstones back full cast.
I'm on it tonight. Spring break.
So good. Jake's gonna be happy. Really gonna want to hear his response to Baby Billy.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
The double for Goggins.
yeah, he's got
It's his world.
his own thing going on now. And then the second thing, this is like my food segment. This is a food junior,
Okay.
and I brought some to share with the class. So I'm gonna
Whoa.
hand these out.
What do we got here?
We have gifts. Okay.
What are we giving?
These appear to be fruit rolls. Then it says bear. What does bear mean?
So bear fruit rolls, all natural fruit rolls. Used to only be able to get them on Amazon, but I started venturing to the grocery store again and housing them.
You know what's really interesting about this? The other day, we had something for dinner that was like cheese tortellini, tomato sauce, and like ground beef. And it occurred to me, this is just everything. It's just adult SpaghettiOs. This right here is a guy who is getting older and somewhat trying to take care of himself, but still wants to eat fruit fucking roll-ups. So he's landed on the one with no sugar added, just 4 ingredients. Like, this is amazing.
Yeah, I love them.
Or
Like-
a guy who hasn't been in the grocery store without kids. He doesn't know how far snacks have come.
Well, no, I used to order these on Amazon all the time. Brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he just doesn't have like a Thrive membership.
Yeah, so these are great. They also have
Okay, yeah.
they also have the little like paw print ones. They're like little bear prints for the kids. But I
Okay.
stick with my classic fruit roll up style. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Found those,
Thank you.
came back into my life, and I want
Like
to share with my
legit?
friends.
Legit, if I were just putting out a call like on some hiring website, and I'm like, I need a nerd. I need a video guy. I need a guy who's going to be locked in. If they told me that they at 39 still eat fruit roll-ups, I'd be like, you're definitely a step ahead of the field. Like, I don't need to know. You definitely don't need you to work out. I need this. A guy who goes to r/fast food and eats fruit roll-ups. You rake yesterday?
No.
What do you
Let's
mean,
end with
no?
Blake, because I think Blake's is probably better than mine. I was just going to say that I was did my grocery shopping this weekend, as you know. I think it's because I'm high maintenance. I will accept going to 3 different places when I go pick up dinner for the family. Because when I go shopping for myself, I will go to 3 different grocery stores.
Yeah, that's.
I like,
I get it. It's just the time.
But
is
the wife
something I
will
do. Not.
she wants the Bud Light Lime, so I'll go buy that from Tom Thumb. They don't have that at Central Market. So I'm at Central Market at the deli counter, wearing my Twitch jacket, And often over the years, I've got this Twitch jacket that we know a guy that worked at Twitch, and he sent us some gear.
He got
Nice.
me my Twitter account back.
Yeah. Used to work at Twitter. Gave us a Twitter tour years ago. Anyway, guy at the deli counter said, so this is South Lake Central Market. What do you, man? Like, I'll often get somebody will be like, hey, guy bagging the groceries or something, be like, you streamer? And I'll be like,
That's awesome.
a little bit.
I mean, I'm very happy for you.
But
because
Well,
if
good.
I met you, I would not be like, are you a streamer? I would immediately be
Well,
like, yeah.
the guy at the deli counter, the kid, said, hey, man, what are you, like the co-CEO of Twitch or something?
yeah.
Why
Let's
can't
not
you
get
be the
carried
full
away,
CEO?
just
Yeah, I
see.
don't know. And I go, and I should have said yes. And he's like, yeah, that's who shops here, man.
CEOs?
People like that, yeah.
It's true.
Well, it's like CEOs are in there,
Yeah,
getting a
massages.
massage
Yeah.
on the phone, making a deal. Whereas schlubs are like, oh, I need to get my silence.
So what'd you
meditate.
say? Yeah.
Yeah. I said, yeah, kid. You want a shot? You want a shot at the big time? No, I said what I always said. No, I know a guy who gave me a jacket. Tom Thumb met
Did
a
you tell him
listener.
about the Dumb Zone?
No. Tom Thumb met a listener who recognized me, of course. Hey, man, love what you guys are doing. Sorry you guys left. I'm following you. I'll watch your shows on YouTube and everything. And he says, how do you subscribe? How do you do that? And I go, you know what? It's weird. I guess we don't really talk about it and promote it. So I gave him we're on patreon.com. And you can subscribe there. But we're also on something called Substack. And he's like, oh, could I get an annual? And I'm like, yeah, well, on Substack you can. And I said, some people don't like that platform as much. But, then I gave him the whole, you can get an annual over there, but not on Patreons. But I think we're going to do it at the same time this year. Maybe in August we'll offer that annual on Patreon so that we can. Anyway, talked to him for quite some time about the intricacies of actually signing up and subscribing. So patreon.com, dumbzone.com, that'll get you there as well. I'm set now if we have another pandemic tomorrow because I got the coupon. The reason I also go to Tom Thumb for like the paper towels, toilet paper, and all that. So I loaded up on those because they're like $15 or $20 each, right? For the big 12 equals 48.
The grift.
And because I got, vaccinated there, and they will give you a 10% off coupon for getting vaccinated. So that's where I buy all the big items. And then speaking of promoting our show and everything, got an email from my friend, Adam, or he probably doesn't want me to use his first name, A. Romo, I'll call him. He gave me a text, just signed up as a founding member, never knew about this, you should promote it. So yes, on dumbzone.com, on the Substack app, we have a monthly. You can subscribe. You can subscribe annually, where you'll save money on a couple months free. Or founding member. And what that means is that you get preferential treatment in certain areas. And one of the things that it means is that you will be part of our quarterly business review, which is a quarterly Zoom meeting that you can jump in on. And we'll talk.
It was really fun last time.
Yeah, we did it December 10th?
Something. Yeah.
I think it was December 19th we did it. And we're going to do it again March 10th, which is Wednesday. So if you did want to sign up as a founding member at dumbzone.com, we are doing a Zoom meeting on Wednesday, only available to those subscribers, but got a lot of good ideas last time.
For sure.
Some of those we're actually going to implement, and we'll be talking about that on Wednesday. So you'll know it first if you're a founding member.
Real quick before we hand off to Blake, I have
and I have one more little thing.
Oh, my bad.
No.
Jump the gun. Just you saying the vaccine coupon reminded me. I used a $20 off birthday coupon this weekend that was mailed to us. Wife had a birthday.
Oh.
And it was at an Italian restaurant. So we get the 20 off for dinner. They gave me an extra entree. Didn't charge me for it.
Wow.
That was dinner last night. What a weekend for Run the Ball guy.
How about this? Kind of a pro tip. All these places want your birthday to give you free stuff on your birthday. Space them out.
What are you going to do? Eat 12 meals, the free meal? Even if they give you the whole month, that's a lot of pressure.
My birthday, May 15th to this place, June 15th. That place, July 15th. That place, August 15th. Because then I get one free thing a month.
I mean, I'm just in the dojo learning, bro.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm in awe.
Yeah.
Need to sell this.
Yeah. I'm just coming to the gym, getting shots up.
Boy, that's great. My last thing is just going to be a quick hit on my TV watching. I know everybody's interested in that. Watch the Kobe doc. We'll review tomorrow, 3 episodes.
Okay, I might try to knock a couple out tonight.
We'll review it tomorrow.
Okay.
Severance is the season finale will be this Friday. Very slow trek to the end of the season. Let's get there finally. White Lotus. I got in on episode 1. Promising. Very promising. Uncle Rico is back.
Uncle Rico's the through line.
Yeah, a similar storyline, it seems, to last year, where they have the older kid and the dorky younger brother and the whatever. So a little.
That's how it
like
was
we're
with Sydney
recycling.
Sweeney too, right?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm referring to.
Oh, because I feel like in season 2 there was a weird. I guess I'd have to think back.
Or yeah.
It's very formulaic.
No. Yeah, I'm thinking of Christopher Moltisanti's family had the older kid and the.
Right.
Anyway, and then episode 1 of Gemstones. I know you're already up to 2, but standing ovation afterwards.
Right.
So I thought episode 1 was unbelievable, and it got us Googling because they look really, really, really similar. But Walt Goggins' wife on both Gemstones and...
Yes, the teeth?
Yeah, I thought it was the same girl. It's not.
I 100% thought it was. I looked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Because
it looks like the same
the
face.
fact that he's on
affect,
HBO for a month and a half span here of overlap in their 2 main shows is hilarious.
And their 2 wives look very similar.
They both have like a reddish hair. They're both whiskey tango is all get out and all buck-toothed.
Yeah.
And I also kind of love both of them.
All right, run the ball, Blake.
Let's see.
Can I say something?
Yes.
You wore that shirt on Friday.
Yeah, but today's St. Patrick's Day, and this is the only green shirt I have.
Okay.
It's been washed.
I don't have a lot of shirts, but I very consciously try not to back-to-back.
Is that an Argyle Eagles shirt?
No.
Because it's an Argyle T-shirt.
I think the Scenario guys gave this to me.
It's
I don't
a sick
remember.
shirt.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Argyle. I get it.
Just wanted to make sure you were doing okay, like that you weren't not at home
No.
all week.
No. I'm good. I'm wearing different pants.
Taking hooker baths or just splashing it on you.
No. In fact, I did laundry on my Squared Away Sunday, so this has been washed.
Okay,
and
good.
I set it out instead of hanging it up because
You're
St.
festive.
Patrick's Day,
I mean,
whatever. I told you I had a birthday party on Saturday. Noon start. Didn't like it. It's the heart of nap time.
yeah, if you're still in that phase, the 2 times for a birthday party are 9:30 or 10. 9:30 is great if you could swing it, or 3 o'clock.
Yep, I have written down here 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. are your 1 seats.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't 3 o'clock ruin dinner time then?
Yeah, but
Cake?
you don't have to really eat, though.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they have a small piece of a cupcake, but you don't have to order pizza for a 3 o'clock, I can tell you that.
Little kid birthday is tough, yeah.
Was hoping he would nap on the way. He didn't, so he's just loopy at the party, and then it just can't do noon. People, don't do noon. Although they did make up for it because they had a charcuterie board, and that's the best thing going right now.
Oh,
You could just hammer those things. It's great.
again, as I've said before, In reference to your pasta just being SpaghettiOs, those are just Lunchables for people who used to eat Lunchables.
Yeah, okay, but
and now we're old, and we're like, what if we made them a little nicer? And I have no complaint.
But rather than
freaking love it.
ordering a bunch of pizza or chips and salsa, chips and queso, a charcuterie board, perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
For those lawn people out there, it's time to scalp your lawn.
Scalp time. I don't even know what that means.
First mow of the season was this weekend.
Okay.
It's time to scalp it. It's time to aerate, and you've already should have done your pre-emergent, but if you haven't, lay it down with some weed and feed. It's this time of year. Did my taxes over the weekend.
Jeez,
That was a
dude.
part of the Squared Away Sunday. I felt like an adult, and I hated it. But this is a part of the run the ball in me that I wanted to share with you guys because for the first time in probably a decade, I almost got in a Facebook fight.
Whoa!
Now,
Defending the honor of Westmoreland?
being around Dan for the past however many years has really taught me to just let some things go. But this one was really hard to let go.
God, if he gave me 1,000 guesses right now.
And he says for the first time in 10 years, which means
I used to.
he's been a Facebook fighter.
Well,
Kind of everyone used to be.
at some point in your life, you thought that you could explain to people that you're right. And you've taught me that you can't.
Yeah,
to not worry about it.
My
Let it go.
social media usage for sure has dropped off tremendously since I started hosting with Dan.
Yeah.
Like I just saw the way that it all worked, and it's not a shot at Bob, but there are two pretty different approaches offered here, and I was like, that one's not me.
But did you ever come away with a fight feeling good about yourself?
Pretty much no.
No. And even when I see other people do that, I'm like, you're a dork. That's why. But let me read you his post. And I still may go through with it. I have not posted a snarky response, but here he goes. He says, no matter how prepared you think you are, nothing can prepare you for losing your dog. I had to let go of my dog today. Indy was a truly incredible companion. Honestly, he was everything I wanted in a dog. No matter what kind of day I had, I could go to him 100%, knowing he'd be happy to greet me at the door wagging his tail. A dog is truly something special. It's a tough day to say that at the very least.
Dude, you are a sick individual.
Is the argument that dog is not special? You just described my dog and every dog,
And then he posted a picture of the dog, and it's a real sad moment.
and everybody's jumps on.
Let me take
Are you
you-
only getting mad because you want someone to reply with what you want?
Just one
let me
one
take
slur,
you back.
baby.
Let me take you back to February 3rd, where this same guy posts. Pro tip. It's a lot easier to deal with the news of Luka Doncic when you don't watch professional sports ball. I promise you there's a lot more fun to be had in this world. Go outside.
Fuck this guy. Light him up.
Fuck that dog.
Fuck that dog. He's lucky I didn't kill that dog.
This guy was-
and really the only reason I didn't is because I didn't know about it.
This guy's trying to be an asshole.
well,
Trying to say that I touch grass more than all you people.
Yeah. No, I told you there's something religious happening with this trade.
This guy needs to be put in his place.
Yeah, light him up.
So,
Well, are you saying that karma has already killed that dog for us?
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Maybe-
We could just stop here, but
Maybe.
he doesn't know that yet.
maybe, but I...
All you got to do, hey, maybe you
he's
shouldn't have been a
not.
jerk
He's
about
not
the Luka
relating
thing.
the two things. Whereas
We
you
need to
are-
drive that home.
I don't forget.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I
some
did a
people
little-
care about different things. Pro tip, if you don't get attached to a dog, then you won't be
Oh,
upset when he
I've
does.
got something here. I did a little copy and
Of course
paste
you do.
and change. Okay,
I
so
got a little ahead of myself.
Here's my response. Pro tip. It's a lot easier to deal with the news of your dog when you recognize it's just an animal. I promise you there's a lot more important things to care about in this world. Grow up.
Oh!
And with just a little more push, I'll post this. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, that's like I mean, dude. First of all, you might deserve a little bit of peppering just for pro tip. We're not doing pro tip.
No, but he
Whatever
just,
you say after
So
that,
he just came
condescending.
on.
unless it's a
Yes.
complete joke,
Yeah.
you're
And
a
it's like,
condescending prick.
look, everyone's sad, whatever, but ultimately he just wanted to show you, like,
He's better
I
than
got
you.
better things to do.
Oh, sports
I go
ball?
ride my motocross
Where did
bike.
sports balls
I got a
are?
lift
That's very
Right.
Insta
Dude, this guy sucks.
Insta
Yeah.
book.
This guy sucks, and he started it.
Yeah, he did.
So
Dog's a dog. I love my dog, but come on.
it's really not what it's about. But he was mean first.
You know what you could do this is some diabolical shit here.
Interested.
You could create another account, or depending on how well you know this guy, you could just do yours, but it would be tough because he'd be able to trace it. But somehow you need to create an account with a dead kid. Like you're a parent and be like, that does look tough. Similar
Pro
to the
tip.
feeling of when I lost. Pro
Pro
tip.
tip. It's easy.
Doesn't get easier when you lose, like when I lost, Landry, my second born. And he posted a picture.
But I'm sure you're real sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little black
Yeah.
and white of like, this
Yeah.
is him on 1 day, 1 day's old. He only made it 1 day.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna post it. This guy needs to be put down.
Is that a good intro to sports?
That's the best intro. What am I going to say? Let's go in order. Elite Rides DFW.
Oh yeah, I like
We'll bring us sports.
Elite
today.
Rides DFW, boy, them bringing you sports. Mwah.
That's
They get you to your
they will
sporting
bring you
event.
to sports.
Hey,
Yep.
how about that?
That's right. Is that what you meant? That's what you're talking about. here.
844 Ride DFW is the phone number. They got an app which uses AI. Simply answer a few quick questions, and they'll give you a quote for that ride. Bada bing, bada boom, using the computer. It is Elite Rides DFW. They got the Sprinter Jet. They have corporate executive shuffles. They got SUVs, minibuses. If you got a group and you're trying to get somewhere cool, we suggest Elite Rides DFW.
It's a cut above. You know how? Because their vehicles are driven by professional chauffeurs,
Yeah, not some guy.
not some dude with a car.
Right.
Like, no, they have their fleet, and it's wonderful, clean,
Consistent.
comfortable. You can get a free water, maybe a
What?
nice charge your phone in there while you're in there.
Stop off for a Mexi dip and chips. If
They
you
will.
play your
They'll
cards
offer
right.
that to you.
Yeah.
The drivers are so cool, and especially if you mention you heard about them on the Dumb Zone, they give you the extra special deal.
And you do that by using promo code DZ15 for 15% off your first ride. You can book via the phone or the app. It's 844 Ride DFW or Elite Rides DFW.
Ride to the airport.
On the app.
Maybe you just want to ride down the street just to see if it
They'll
works.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you want to ride to your new vehicle from Fairlease. I don't know.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
It's an
They'll drop you
interesting-
off. They'll pick you up somewhere.
Interesting sports weekend. There's a couple Cowboys moves I want to spend zero time on today. I will write about them for tomorrow if you guys want to touch on them a little bit. They keep doing the thing we were talking about, which is, hey, what if you used to be someone people thought was good? Which,
Who's that?
well, you brought it up with Elam, right? The corner was a first-round pick. Kenneth Murray was a second-round pick, I want
I
to say.
thought he was a late one.
Was he a late one? Yeah, 23rd. That's two. They did it with Mingo, obviously, in the trade, where he was a second.
Solomon Thomas.
Solomon
a former
Thomas
one.
was a top 5. Yeah, I mean, they're
But who?
Paris Campbell was a one.
Paris Campbell was a first-round pick?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize that.
Or was he second? He was high.
I was just looking at his unbelievably pedestrian stats.
Oh, yeah. He barely,
Wondering why do
yeah.
the Cowboys, why are they doing this?
59th overall.
Okay. Sorry. Second.
Well, no, I mean, that's what, but look at up and down the line.
Fowler was high.
Yeah.
I
So,
just- yeah,
not a ton there, but
but there are legit free agent wide receivers out there.
yeah.
I mean, obviously Cooper Kupp is the big one.
One of them who used to play here. Peyton Turner's the other one.
Amari Cooper is a free agent right now.
First-round pick. So is Brandon Cooks, right?
Brandon Cooks, yeah, I guess he was just here.
You know who's not, though?
Huh.
Cooper Rush. Boy, I got that one wrong.
What's that? I'm
I
thinking
just-
there'd be no market for Cooper Rush.
I thought that there would be a muted enough market to where it would make sense for him to come back here for $4 or $5 million. You know, he's making $2.5 on his last deal, and now he's making $6 million a year. So, but I definitely I see where Baltimore's coming from though, because it's kind of like what the Commanders did with Mariota. You want to try to get a guy that you don't have to change your offense for. You just sort of put him
Okay, because I was about to say, I can't wait to hear you explain this, where you see what Baltimore's doing. I've always wondered why, in fact, he's the Cowboys' backup. Shouldn't they have someone more Dak-ish, although maybe these days he is more Dak-ish, right? Maybe Dak is not a mobile quarterback anymore.
I don't know this for sure, but I don't because I haven't seen enough of them side by side. But I don't know that Dak is all that much more athletic than Cooper Rush at this point. Now, my heir apparent, Will Grier.
You got to let that go.
No, he's the two right now.
Really got to
He's
let
the
that
two
go.
right now. He's an exciting player with a lot of upside.
No, he's not.
Anyways, I said we weren't going to talk about this.
They're going to draft the quarterback.
Yeah, like the 5th round, and he'll be off the team in 2 years or 3 years or whatever.
Quinn?
No, not Quinn.
Where's Quinn go?
I think I've seen him as like the 4th quarterback. So what would that make him?
Second round?
Early second, yeah.
Would you like to see the Cowboys get Quinn?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Be all over it.
Be cool.
You think he'd last till their second-round pick? Would they pick him?
No.
No, not that high.
No.
Interesting.
No way. They're all in on Dak.
That's the thing, though. You got to – I don't know.
Well, let's
I mean,
get into some other –
You're signing competent backups. Other teams that are paying big money for quarterback, they pay big money for their backup too, knowing that, guess what, this is the position. And you would think, especially with Dak's recent injury history, you might have to count on him missing 5 or 6 games this year.
Yeah, and that's why when people say, like, people look at these moves that they've made and they're like, well, it's $2 million. Like, it's nothing. It's true. But if you're out here throwing $2 million here and there on all these, like, retreads to take a shot that one of them will pop, which sometimes happens. Look at what happened with Zach Bond last year. Veteran guy who just – but the difference between keeping Cooper Rush, which I think I would have been on board with, and not is like $1.5 million a year. So on one hand, you're like, oh, Kyer Elam, he's $2 million a year. What's a big deal? Or throwing all the. So a lot of these guys we just mentioned are not going to make the team, right? So then you've got $4 or $5 million of dead cap, and now you have a quarterback that you have to find for $600,000 a year instead of $6 million a year, or even $2 or $3 million a year instead of $6 million a year.
I mean, Cooper Rush is not inspiring to me.
It's not inspiring, but he did the job.
But based on what I think they're going to replace him with, I think they should have stuck with Cooper Rush.
So where do you want to start as far as other things? We've got Dirk, we've got Luka.
A lot of it revolves around Luka, I guess. The Dirk thing certainly does. Dirk was on a podcast, but it's entirely in German. Is there any way? Do we have a listener who is fluent in German?
Probably.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, I would bet so.
I'd like to hear from that listener.
I did what I could.
TheDumbZone@gmail.com.
Yeah, so it's a podcast for his foundation. And it is with his sister, Silky, which is just an awesome name for an athlete. It's a lot of talk about like youth and sports, etc. And I tried to run it through an AI translator, and it's fine, but it's no better than what we got from that guy who broke it all down and sent it to us. And this is definitely, I listened to him on the ticket, which was great, but it's clear, and like, there was some backstory behind there. I think some of it's public. He was very 50-50 on whether or not he was going to do that, and then ended up doing it.
Talk publicly about...
Yeah, it was very odd, and he was very worried about it. But they have a good relationship with Scooter Tomlin, who does communication for the foundation now. Got it done, but he didn't say much, He was playing it as close to the vest as he could because he wants to have a good relationship with ownership moving forward. But, like, basically anybody... when they go back to speaking their native tongue and they do it with their family member and they kind of feel like, hey, we're in Germany, not America, and forget how the internet works, I think you get a lot more candid.
Yeah. I saw a Reddit post, which supposedly somebody who speaks German broke it down, saying that he numerous times called the trade insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Says he has not been involved with the Mavs at all for 2 years. Like,
that basically scans.
Is that even before Dumont bought it? or the Adelsons bought it.
No, that's about right about the time.
Right then.
Yeah. It was spring of 2023, right? Or maybe that's
Talk about watching him. Said it was strange and bizarre to watch him play for the Lakers.
December 2023. But so that's 2 years.
So
roughly,
this is the new your new
speaking
reality
that way.
as a Mavs fan.
Said
anything
Cuban,
else?
Said Cuban had little to no influence on anything. And did you read this last part already? That Cuban had to expect what would happen when he sold the majority share. I thought was and he says, quote, last year things developed into that direction, and he very bitterly says, now we see how everything panned out. Which is kind of what has been the growing narrative out there is like, hey, really over the last year, like the Nico and Luka thing was just not tenable. And that, of course, because he's our guy, we're going to take our side on this, but that it was Nico's fault. That it wasn't like Luka was trying to piss him off. He is an NBA superstar, and Nico wasn't effing with that, really.
It's still amazing, and especially because he did work with Nike.
Yeah.
And Nike is like an agency to where, they assign a guy just to kiss some guy's ass, just to go get him stuff, do his laundry or whatever he asks for. Like, this is part of doing business with superstars. When you have guys that are this valuable, we want to just keep them happy. And that's the whole hiring a relationship guy. He's a vibes guy. He doesn't know the X's and O's, but he's a people person. And like even Pelinka. I mean, Pelinka doesn't really – he's not going to relate to Luka. Dirk and Cuban – I mean, who knows if Dirk just thought Cuban was a dork and all that. And I think most of the athletes probably did. But still, Cuban still related to them. Maybe it's more of they're closer in age.
Well,
I mean, Cuban is 20 years older than Dirk.
He one acts older, one acts
15
younger.
years older, maybe.
But also, it's mostly just that they knew he was really into basketball.
Who?
Cuban. So like they may have been like, yeah, you're kind of a dork, but they talked to him differently than they would like Joe Lacob and Steph Curry.
But the Nico thing, I mean, how does Nico come in and not?
Who knows, man?
I mean, we've gone over this a million times, but that's your job is to figure that out. And if you can't figure it out, and if Jason Kidd is at a loss, well, you get a new coach then. No one gets a new superstar because they don't superstars are not interchangeable. You just can't. There's so very few that can be that guy.
Yeah.
And you somehow backed in. You got lucky to get one of them, and you just don't get rid of it. Absolutely not.
Well,
that's the number one rule.
Yesterday was a day because we had the Mavs and the Lakers both playing. Let's start just a real quick one here. My Lakers video, Clayton, if you want to play it, is a mic'd up from the game. Luka had scored 13 straight. He was having a blast. He looks super fit. He looks healthy again. They had got back Jackson Hayes, who I don't know, dude. It's very hard for me to watch social media during Lakers games because people are like, oh, Jackson Hayes is good. I'm like, no.
You know why
this is what happens.
Yeah, and why does he look good now?
Yeah, like Gabe Vincent's hitting these open threes, and everyone's like, I've never seen Gabe Vincent this open. They're triple teaming Luka. I'm like, he's going to do this every game. Wait till you get LeBron back. You know what they remind me of? The 2022 Mavs, but a little bit better. And they're a very, very make-or-miss team. They've got AR, but the combination of Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, Rui, it's just going to matter if those guys make shots. Like, somehow they're playing good defense without a big. LeBron and AR right now are probably both better than Brunson was then. So I definitely think the Lakers can get got easily because if they miss a bunch of shots, they're screwed.
But they could also pull off an upset.
And right now, as much as it pissed people off to see me wearing that Lakers jersey the other day, The best solution or the best conclusion of this season is the Lakers winning a title. It's the Mavericks having to forfeit a game and the Lakers winning a title.
So
That'd be great.
I can't remember who was I talking to about the Mavs yesterday, but the question is, do you root for them to lose and miss the playoffs, thereby having a better draft pick, or do you actually now want to root for them to win and somehow get into the playoffs?
Whoa. Well, I guess I haven't considered it because they're not getting in.
Well, they're on the bubble.
They've lost 10 of 12.
They're still there, though. I mean,
but
Phoenix is this bad.
It's headed one direction, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's a – look at it. They're in the playoffs if the playoffs start today, aren't they? Or in the play-in?
They might be the 10. Yeah, I think. 10. Yeah, by a game and a half, Phoenix.
So, yes, I agree.
What if that's the game they have to forfeit?
The Lakers one?
The play-in. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, they're going to forfeit April 9th, which I want to talk about in a second. But
Right.
no, I want them to miss the playoffs. But it would be funny if like they had to go get their head kicked in by Anthony Edwards or something.
I mean, this can't happen now, but I wish they were actually fully healthy and it was a 2-7 matchup in the playoffs that they could play the Lakers.
Be amazing.
And the Lakers could stomp them to show them that, yeah, even your logic on they'd be a better team now is incorrect.
Yeah.
You traded a great tight end for a great quarterback. Anthony Davis is the tight end, if you're wondering, in this scenario.
You guys want to watch this Luka mic'd up thing real quick? I don't think I've ever even seen one this cool from when he was a Mav.
That's a smart play.
Talking to KD.
You're not getting out in the playoffs, you know that. I never been open so much in my life. That's the first time I make this open shot.
The running man.
That's you, baby. I told you to challenge, man. Y'all should listen to me, man. Keep it going. Great defense score, yo. Where you going, Royce? Where you going?
Talking trash to Royce.
Your toe was on the line. That's why you missed. You never miss. On the line. Just roll all the way.
KD's taking a free throw and Luka's just trash talking him.
Oh, my God. Woo. Hey, I'm in coverage, yo. With everybody.
I love that Luka says, yo.
That's the longest mic'd up we've ever seen.
I know.
Again, it is.
I'm in coverage, yo.
It is the way he is between the lines. I mean, that's really the point of this whole thing. Is, yeah, you got to deal with a lot of this shit. And a lot of this shit is also,
par for the course.
But there's Harvey Weinstein shit. There's Aziz Ansari shit. There's a lot of this shit can mean different things. And there's a Luka, a lot of this shit, which apparently bothered Dumont and Nico. And then there's a lot of this shit that other guys, guns and whatever.
Dude, but even if you made it not guns and you just made it like malcontent, this is the NBA.
Right. Take a look at Jimmy Butler, a lot of this shit.
You could take a look at? Anthony Davis, who in his first go-around in the NBA was an absolute problem for the Pelicans and didn't want to play.
Well, I want to bring up Kobe. Mm-hmm. Because in that Kobe documentary, one of the episodes, episode 2, deals mainly with the rape case. And while the rape case is ongoing, so they had won 2 championships in a row. The rape case is in the summer, and then the trial will start during the season. While that's going on, Jerry Buss has a press conference and signs Kobe to a big 7-year extension. During it!
Kobe.
Just to say,
solidarity.
Look, there's stuff, but we still got to admit, this guy is the guy. Because when he gets between the lines, all the other stuff doesn't matter. I mean, if he ends up, the guilty here or whatever, we're going to let it play out. But we're also going to just pay whatever you have to pay because it's this guy. And then, remember when Kobe, he tore his Achilles then. And then, remember the last couple years of his career, they gave him another fat extension where you knew they had no chance of winning a championship. You knew they had no chance of actually. Hey, they didn't make the playoffs, I don't think.
He was a globetrotter.
But, yes, it was like, Well, but we're the Lakers, and we want to have a superstar to build. We got to have that. We still have to have that. Well, you can't pay him $35 million a year. Yeah, well, we will. This is back when $35 million a year was like the max. Like nobody else made that much.
Yeah.
So yes,
I did not know that.
They lined Kobe up and gave him a big contract because you just have to. This is what you do. This is what the good franchises do.
Insane. Okay, elsewhere,
so
I'll play you a little bit of audio from
I still think about it all the time.
I know.
I'm still sad. I'm not going to give it up. I'm never going to give it up. It's the worst thing that has ever happened to Dallas sports.
Yeah, Dallas, period.
Mm-hmm. Kennedy's number 2 now.
Legitimately, as far as because here's what people forget about Kennedy. Well, I don't know if people forget, but people in Dallas wanted Kennedy to die.
Yeah, Dallas wasn't.
That was like a home
This
dub.
didn't hurt Dallas.
Yeah.
It did image-wise, maybe.
Reputation-wise, city of hate, all that. But people in Dallas were like, I don't know, can we celebrate this?
Yeah.
A lot of them.
It was a muted celebration.
But so yesterday, of course, as I said, the Mavs and 76ers also played. It was PJ's first game back. This was rock bottom. This is a game where the Mavericks were absolutely more talented than the 76ers, who have had, as bad of a season as you can get as far as expectations go. The Mavs are at home, and they lost to Quentin Grimes and some dudes I legit have never heard of in my life. And our associate or our friend of the show, Fire Nico guy, nice guy, but I'm pretty comfortable saying that guy, he's got a serious main character.
Energy,
and he's not letting it go. And he has season tickets. As he will point out on Twitter, he asked for a refund. And he was like, I would gladly have taken my refund and not gone to another game, but since they would not give me one, I'll be at every game. And I'm going to put Fire Nico on my hat and my shirt, which they will not kick you out for anymore, apparently. They looked at the public response to that and were like, oh, there's still time to get that one right. So let's change course there. Mm-hmm. But he chants Fire Nico. He yells the entire game. He posted on Twitter that he started yelling to the 76ers area to like, hey, would you take Caleb Martin back? Who has not yet played for the Mavs and was traded to Quentin Grimes. And he said that elicited a laugh from the entire 76ers bench.
He didn't play a game? I thought he did.
No.
Oh.
No, they I don't even want to get into the Caleb Martin thing because it's insane.
I also thought he did
was
a
hurt
little
at
bit,
the time.
but maybe I'm wrong.
Am I wrong?
I thought I saw some highlights and I thought, well, he's
I
pretty
did
good.
kind of check out, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Am I wrong? Wrong, guys?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
he
it
did
doesn't.
play 5 games.
He averaged like 2 points a game, right?
It does. It really doesn't matter.
Okay.
That is the 5 games I checked out for.
Okay.
It's a bad trade anyways, but the dude is yelling Fire Nico while the Mavs are at the free throw line. And I have no idea why. Well, let's just play this real quick. It's PJ Washington after the game. Is that me?
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't sound like him.
Unplug.
Unplug and plug in.
How about now?
Past few
All right. What was that?
everything that's happened in the past few weeks. I mean, I think some fan anger is understandable, but is it frustrating when you're at the free throw line and like people are saying stuff?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the trades happen. We understand we have a new team now. All that Fire Nico stuff, we're sick and tired of hearing it. We just want to go out there and play it. We want the fans to support us no matter who's on the floor. So that's just how I feel about it.
No, I don't have any problem with PJ having an opinion on that matter. It's his job. He's asked about it. He's going to talk about it. Now, I feel like yelling while the Mavs are at the free throw line is too far. But I have no idea why I feel that way. I'm not the boss of this. Do whatever you want. I plan to go to one game, the April 9th game. And when the Lakers are at the free throw line, we should be chanting Fire Nico, sell the team, Dumont. But I'm not going to cheer yell while the Mavs are at the line. I don't know why. It just seems weird to me. But he decided to do it, and PJ decided to give his thoughts on it. I saw people a lot of people, Ralph Strangis, Iztalk, pretty critical of PJ's comments here, basically calling him soft. Like, in Iztalk's view, he's like, why don't you come to Europe and see what guys deal with over here while they're trying to shoot free throws.
Yeah.
And I think Ralph's was more kind of like, how do you not understand where people are coming from? But PJ did just say, like, it's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, and he's, I think they all hate it.
Oh, yeah.
I think the players all hate it. I think they liked playing with Luka. I think they liked Luka. I think they don't like this front office, but I also think they get paid like $10 million each or whatever they make, and they want to keep playing. And if a lot of things were equal and they had a choice to play somewhere else, I bet they'll play somewhere else.
But at the same
things
time,
are equal.
You're in this terrible situation.
But you're here now. They're going to games. They want to, and
it's probably not fun to have that yelled while you're at the line.
I agree that he's a little soft, but I also agree with what he said. And I also agree that I think I've seen some saying that, the particular fan who is yelling here is really bringing a lot of spotlight upon himself throughout this whole thing. And, if that's his game, then fine. But I don't think it kind of sucks that, yes, a player has to comment kind of because of one guy.
Yeah. Well, and I
this
also
guy is taking it upon himself, but whatever.
My guess is the players know, basically just expect anything on April 9th. But that's going to be the most electric or charged up emotional sports atmosphere maybe ever.
Could you imagine if Nico did like a pregame?
I was just
going to grab the mic and wanted to address the crowd.
What if Luka did?
They won't let him.
And say, please don't.
Please don't yell anything?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Can I chant MVP when he has the ball?
Sure.
But can I chant We Love Nico?
Because there's going to be the thing up on the Jumbotron will
Mm-hmm.
say, fan behavior.
But again,
I wonder if they end up, if the who forfeits the game if the fans are unruly at the home? The Mavs would forfeit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wonder if just people throwing stuff on the court, if
it's going to be insane. I certainly don't plan on doing that, but I do think we should have some chants.
I think you'll be in the 300 level, right? Or did you get sweeter seats?
Not sweet with a U, but good seats.
Good seats, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the mix. And then as I do, because we're the dumb zone, and if Dirk says this thing sucks, then I'm out. We're Rangers fans now. Bought our Victory Plus package yesterday. Much better than the Bally viewing experience, I will tell you.
Wait, I want to talk about the Rangers package, but I first want to just mention Qualis Roofing.
Oh, of course.
Big-time sponsor.
How can you watch the Rangers if you don't have a roof?
Well, I think you could, actually. That's a pretty bad point.
You've not done it.
I have not done it because Qualis Roofing came and put the roof on this here house. If you end up with getting a hailstorm or something, and you think you have roof damage, call Qualis Roofing or check them out online at the website, which is
QualisGC.com. We have had a boatload of listeners who have gone with Qualis.
Yeah.
And that we know because they get a free sit-in when they do so. If you get yourself a roof, they'll get you a sit-in. But, you can also just get yourself an inspection. They recommend doing that twice a year. What's the reward for that? We got a T-shirt in the mix. We got a knit
just
cap
calling them, just hooking them up to come out and look at your place. They'll send you a T-shirt or give you a subscription to our show.
Look at that.
Boy, I should have told that guy that. I met him at the grocery store.
Do you need
how
a
do I
roof?
subscribe?
Get a
well,
roof.
You go to QualisGC.com. Well, no, just get a free inspection, and they'll give you a subscription to our show. But, yes, if you want to sit in.
So they hook you with the inspection, we hook you with the subscription. Next thing you know, you got a new roof, and you're sitting here while we do the show. QualisGC.com.
Everybody wins. So my question about the Rangers, you got a 100-game package, or no?
The whole season.
$100 for the whole season.
National games, I don't know, whatever.
Will you watch 100 innings?
Yes. I will watch 100 innings by the
9 times 10 times.
That probably.
Can I get you in the first 20 games to watch 100 innings?
No.
Okay.
But you can get me in the first 25. I think
The end
That's
of
a
May.
weird line of demarcation.
How about the end of May?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to watch.
All right.
I'm excited. Jared's on TV.
I'm excited about that for sure.
Well, so yesterday, Jared's, the radio guy, and he will start joining us next week. We have a baseball guest now.
A weekly baseball guest, Jared Sandler.
The best in the game, in my opinion. But he normally does radio. But yesterday, spring training, I think they had 2 games yesterday. But the White Sox one, it was Jared on play-by-play and Mike Bassick on color. And I got to tell you, man, I love Dave Raymond, and I'm not trying to push Dave Raymond out of a job. I don't even really know what the rest of their rotation looks like. I know they have the guy whose name sounds like the goalie coach. It's like Dave Valley, something.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Malley. Yeah.
No, that's a pitcher that they're getting back. I'm
Who's
talking
it?
about the broadcaster.
Oh, Dave Valley. Okay. Orders
David
on-
Murphy's in there sometimes, tag still. But, man, listening to Jared and Bassick was pretty great.
Was it?
I watched 2 innings, and I'm like, man, this is my booth right here because, I'm biased. They're my age, plus or minus a few years on each side.
When
You have the perfect amount of, funny, serious, dork, jock, cool, not cool, pop culture. It just fit.
Well, it's funny because you don't think of Jared as jock at all.
No, but he kind of is, though.
Yeah, because he's sports nerd.
Yeah, and he plays sports and stuff.
Yeah, but Bassick is the least aware of pop culture person that you'll ever meet.
I know, and look, I'm not sitting here saying that I want Jared hosting the MTV Awards, but he's at least enough to where it's a nice little balance.
Well, I wonder if Bassick has gotten different, though, being on the radio every day for just being
to.
around it for all these years.
You have to.
Because when we first knew Bassick, I mean, he didn't know who Britney Spears was type thing.
Right.
He just knew nothing about pop culture, but he knew
had to
everything about sports.
Get the curve to move.
You think he's mad about the Luka trade?
I think he quit, and I don't blame him because that guy's a bigger Mavs fan than I am, and I don't know many people I can say that.
He
about
quit what?
The Mavs. And
MFFL?
I think he quit the NBA. He'd already been trending into run the ball guy direction. That happens. But so on their broadcast yesterday, kind of a funny moment. The White Sox have a Japanese player. I'd never heard of the guy before. He apparently went to college at Oregon, but he played his high school ball in Japan, and he's got the weirdest Asian swing I've ever seen. It's kind of like Ichiro, where he's charging up first as part of his follow through.
You don't know his name?
I bet it'll be pretty easy for you to pick it out. This is just a little ticket callback from our friend Mike Bassick here. This is just audio from the spring training game. They're talking about this guy. Oh, the other thing, Asian player, small guy.
Ah.
He uses a counterweighted bat. You ever seen one of those? Apparently Evan Carter used to use one. It's got like a donut below where your hands are. So your hands on the bat, but then where the handle would be, it's thicker and weighted. Problem with that is you usually only have one of them.
Hopefully he brought another bat in the dugout, and they don't have to go up into the clubhouse to get him one because it looks like he doesn't have another bat. But here you see the
they're showing the swing.
I'll say very Japanese swing right there. Is that's not really taught in the United States of America on kind of almost like a running swing. And I don't think he brought another bat. I think he's using somebody else's bat because this bat is totally different than the one he was hitting with.
Okay, I want you to hear the rest, but that's an obvious hat tip.
Because this bat is totally different than the one he was hitting with.
Well, Nishida, born in Osaka, but he was drafted by the White Sox because he played college baseball at Oregon. He was an 11th round pick.
It almost looks like if you've watched college softball.
Yeah.
He has a softball approach. He's almost moving towards the pitcher when he's hitting. This is different.
It is different. I liked him saying it's a very
Japanese
swing. He's trying to look for it's kind of got some angles. It's just Japanese, but I I enjoyed those boys' work. And then my final thing for you real quick. This is the videos, Clayton. This is elsewhere in our local sports. Now, I was made aware of this over the weekend, and didn't really see a lot of social media chatter about it. Saw no clips whatsoever. But just roll this first intro video here, Clayton, and you guys watch, and you tell me what you think is happening as we go along here. It's the audio thing again.
It's like a animated doctor.
Yeah. I don't know how to do this without the audio. Yeah. It's like at a Walgreens. You have a cartoon doctor.
The most trusted doctor in Latam is here with all the kindness, all the help, and everything
Doctor
you need to
Mexico,
put a smile on
United
your face.
States says Dr.
C. The same for less.
Okay.
It's like an ad for a Walgreens type company.
Estamos de regreso, señoras y
Oh,
señores, en el
Spanish.
estadio Dr. Simi, donde estaremos presenciando un encuentro
Okay,
por
lots
todo
of-
lo alto de la conferencia central.
What the
El
fuck?
equipo
The
de
Stars and
Dallas,
Avalanche.
el equipo de Colorado Avalanche.
What are they? I don't understand.
So
They're promoting the Stars and Avalanche.
So
with-
yesterday, the Stars and Avalanche played an OT thriller. Stars battled back from down 2, lost 4-3 in overtime, and it turns out there was a companion broadcast, animated, presented by something called Dr. Simi, which appears to be a popular pharmacist in like Mexico and maybe Nigeria. And they just presented an animated version of the Stars and Avalanche in Spanish.
Okay.
But like, unlike how when we have like the Toy Story game or the Simpsons game, like this is not any of that. Now maybe Dr. Simi's a huge deal and he's like Ronald McDonald. So this just tracks. But it's just the Stars and Avalanche using like real time. Like just play another one. Do you have one you like more than another? Just play it.
Just go
play,
three. Go three.
Like it's set to the real cameras, just like the tracking. Like it looks awesome.
Yeah.
And what
And it's
station is
moving
this on?
fast. It was online. Oh, it was on HBO Max. And yeah, now you got people throw Dr. Simi dolls on the ice whenever they score.
But you know, with like the Toy Story broadcast, you're catering to like kids.
Right. That's what
But
I
is
wanted to
this-
talk about. I don't know. Because, like, you remember how when you were growing
Do
up,
they just not have the rights? What are we doing here?
it was some special thing. Because, again, it was on HBO Max. So maybe it's through Turner or Bleacher Report or something.
This is the only way to get the Hispanic into hockey?
I guess. But here's the weird thing. Like, it's kind of cartoony, but you remember when you were growing up, you'd have, like, the real game, Madden, and the fake game, Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
And on down the line. They had it for Center Ice and NHL. They had whatever.
Or like backyard baseball.
Yes.
That's what it reminded me of.
This is kind of in between because the Simpsons ones and the Toy Story ones are straight up tunes. This, in a way, almost looks like you're playing NHL 98.
Hell yeah.
Here, Deshane's about to score again.
Except a little bit more, cartoony. But it looks cool.
And the goal explodes when you score a goal.
And we get the Spanish play-by-play guy.
And is this live? Or are they?
It's live and it's almost exact.
But I mean, these animations are great.
Yeah.
Huh.
So again, I don't know. Like to Blake's thing, I don't know who it's for. I don't know if it's like kids just are more likely to watch a video. I don't know, but that happened yesterday, and
I mean, I enjoyed the name under the guy, and it shows you how fast the shot was, and they had some other analytics throughout. So I don't know, it wasn't bad.
All right, we got Matt Bruenig standing by.
The Dumzo.
Curiosity leads to large crowds in Mobile's Crichton community, many of you bringing binoculars, camcorders, even camera phones to take pictures.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else seen the leprechaun say yeah?
Eyewitnesses say the leprechaun only comes out at night. If you shine a light in its direction, it suddenly disappears. This amateur sketch resembles what many of you say the leprechaun looks like. Others find it hard to believe and have come up with their own theories and explanations for the image.
My theory is it's casting a shadow from the other limb.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told him to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We're going to get down to the bottom of this. Yeah, it's still on there, guy. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, man.
This guy helping to direct traffic says he's prepared for his encounter with the leprechaun. He's suited up from head to toe.
This wars off spells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish. I just came to help out.
Others just came to get lucky in hopes a pot of gold may be buried under this tree.
I'm gonna run a backhoe and uproot that tree. I want to know where to go. I want to go. Give me the go. I want to go.
This is Brian Johnson, NBC 15 News.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
You know, you can order Bear Fight Whiskey at bearfightwhiskey.com.
I was not aware of another way to procure said brown.
Bear Fight Whiskey, that's like what's your bear fight in life. Might be just the beating that you're going through. A nice Bear Fight Whiskey is great. A little spicy. We had some this weekend. Smoky flavor. You could even get a little hint of vanilla or caramel in there. It is a 90 proof American single malt whiskey aged in first fill bourbon barrels. It's fantastic. So here's to embracing your bear fights.
Sit-ins were drinking it Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, bearfightwhiskey.com. If you want to be like them or like us, bearfightwhiskey.com. Be delivered right to you. How about that? The internet, bros.
Incredible.
Crazy.
Joining us now, what would we call him? He's certainly one of the dream team.
I call him a dirty wonk.
He's the great Matt Bruenig.
He is a journalist.
Greetings.
He is a wonk.
They were high school sweethearts, and they grew up.
Honestly super bummed you didn't play the theme.
Oh, really?
I was listening to it yesterday, like, oh, it'll be nice to hear Dan play this tomorrow. He's always so on top of everything.
Yeah. You know, I was upset that Matt didn't send me his intro for the audio grab bag.
So pass the buck a little
That's
bit.
right. So I said, I'm not going to.
Never requested that.
Oh, I'm not supposed to request things. You're supposed to know what I want. Matt Bruenig is our attorney, one of our attorneys. He's I always refer to you as our D.C. attorney.
Yeah.
Is that okay, even though you don't really live in D.C.?
That's where I was barred. That's what all the legal press on your case kept referring to me as the pro hawk from D.C.
That's right.
Okay.
He's our Beltway boy.
Yeah, he knows how things work.
Didn't there used to be a show, Matt? Did I used to watch that show? Was that like one of their attempts at like a left-right show?
That's a good question. All I remember was Red Eye.
The Beltway.
You remember that one?
Oh, of course. The Red Eye was Red Eye's kind of the precursor to whatever that guy does now, right? Greg Gutfeld.
Greg Gutfeld. What does he do now?
I think he has like a talk show. It's like Gutfeld Live or Gutfeld Tonight. I swear Fox News has like a late night talk show.
Okay, all right, yeah. I think at the time they were trying to compete with The Daily Show. We need a funny old guy, funny late night crew, and it never really panned out.
Okay, the Beltway boys were Mort Conracki and Fred Barnes, so not as much of a left. I just always laugh, like TC and I laugh, and I'll tell Dan sometimes, like when I grew up in my peak Fox News era, it was really funny to me that Hannity and Combs, like they had Hannity, who looks like a gorilla. He's just a complete, he's doing Chuck Liddell training. And then opposite him, they had Alan Combs, who looked like a fucking alien. Like they got the skinniest, dorkiest, like least masculine looking guy. And they had him.
He looked near death.
Yes, he was like a.
Then he did die.
Then he did die.
Yeah. No, they like to pick. They're very clever about picking their opponents.
Yeah.
So.
No Bruenig in there.
So we've talked. We've talked in the past. we got excited, then you're like, hey, calm down, don't get excited. Then we get excited again, and then you're like, hey, like Matt's kind of the calm down guy. If you get excited about something you shouldn't, regarding non-competes.
Mm-hmm.
So even when we worked for the ticket, we got excited because we saw some news coming out, and you're like, slow down, it actually means this, and it's going to take this. And so where are we at in the world of non-competes? Has everything changed now that we have a different president?
Yeah, I think that effort has mostly stalled out. The FTC had its rule and then it went into the court, and I'm not sure has the FTC formally rescinded that rulemaking or not, but I don't think the Trump run FTC is going to be going after non-competes anytime soon. Nor will the NLRB. The NLRB, the new acting general counsel, actually did rescind that memo that we used to defend you guys successfully. So he rescinded that. So that's no longer a move you can make anymore. So,
what is your belief in non-competes? Do you think they're good, bad? Why are they good or bad?
No, I think they're terrible. I mean, for a lot of reasons, but the big one I like to focus on is I want workers to have power in their workplace, to be able to speak out, to not be afraid of their boss. And one of the things a non-compete does is it makes you afraid to lose your job, because not only do you lose your income, right away, but you also lose the ability to go get income as an alternative. So I think it's a way to chill workers and keep them from speaking out and asserting themselves in the workplace, alongside a whole variety of other clauses that you guys saw: confidentiality clauses, non-disparagement clauses, non-solicitation clauses. They all amount to the same thing. They put employers in a power position over workers.
And I think one thing to me that jumped out was that there's not like a primer when you're hired on, hey, there's a lot of stuff they're going to tell you that's actually not legal by the NLRB's view of things and by the federal government. So, I don't think we're breaking it. I've talked about this before. I was told on multiple occasions, maybe this is what got the ball rolling on this. I was told on multiple occasions by management at Cumulus that I was not allowed to discuss the terms of my employment with any of my fellow employees. It seemed weird to me, but I'd never really worked anywhere else in corporate America, but it would come up all the time. Like, we would even call a meeting with multiple of us in there and say, hey, his deal is this, his is this. Whoa. You guys can't be talking about that in front of each other. Look, It says it right here.
I've had a clause in my contract that said that.
Yeah, and so then the first time I said that to an attorney, I was like, it's kind of weird, but they were like, no, they actually can't do that. Turns out there was like 7 things that they can just put in your employee agreement that legally they have no leg to stand on, but it's not like anybody really tells you that.
Yeah. Yeah, and it depends on, are you willing to challenge the clause or not? And it also might depend on who's in control of the NLRB, whether or not the clause itself is illegal or just attempting to enforce it is illegal. When the Republicans control the agency, they kind of allow employers to put illegal things in contracts, but they don't allow them to enforce them. Whereas when the Democrats control it, they say you also are not allowed to put illegal stuff in the contracts, and then they still do, and nothing happens. But it's an effort that they make. But yeah, I mean, and it scares people. I'm gonna get a case right now that's gonna come out soon. It's supposed to be covered in the Times, so we'll see how that goes. Where we got people subjected to a whole variety of non-disparagement, confidentiality rules, and they came to me wanting to, just publicize their working conditions, and I'm sitting here just kind of saying, like, you can do that. And they're like, but we have all these agreements. I'm like, agreements that means nothing. That's then unenforceable. Just go ahead and do it. But trying to convince people that they have that ability is tough, and then it gets even harder because not all lawyers are familiar with this. And so when they go get second, third opinions, they don't always agree with me, and they're wrong and I'm right. But, it's hard to sometimes persuade people of that. So
probably my favorite part of litigation was one particular day in mediation when Matt was like, I can find you guys a lawyer to call that you will, like, I'm paraphrasing, Basically, someone that you think will disagree with me, you can ask him; he'll just agree with me. And we like provided a list of
a list of management side labor lawyers.
and over
Like,
lunch
please
we
call
like
one of those
all
people.
of them, and then get them on the phone with him, and they'll agree with him. It was
This happens over and over again. I'm telling you, a case I just had in Montana. There was just kind of a business attorney or whatever, and he was trying to fight me on it, and he actually wrote a reply. You know how we filed the motion to dismiss, and then they never replied in your case? They just settled.
Yeah.
And in this one, they filed a reply, and then I filed a response to the reply, and then the thing settled like 2 days later or whatever. The case had been going on for over a year. They don't have any idea what's going on.
niche.
Well, while your belief in non-competes, you were just talking, you listed all the things, the reasons that you don't believe in them, and they were very beneficial for the individual worker. My thought is with society as a whole, which I know you are interested in as well, but everything I've read about non-competes indicates that having non-competes stifles innovation.
Sure, yeah.
And technology, and that's why Silicon Valley became Silicon Valley, and the Boston area didn't become Silicon Valley, because one place had non-competes, one place did not, and you could take the germ of an idea over here, and now you get other people working on it, and other people, and yes, that's how things become big. That's what America's actually all about.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen this argument. I think it's compelling. I think, in a broader way to put it is, the way economies grow is through new ideas and innovation. And so whatever your system is, whether it's capitalist, socialist, or anything in between, there's got to be a way for new thoughts to actually get implemented and to have people give them a go. And when people are bottled up and unable to, try new things, that can make that very hard to achieve. So I think there's possibly some pro-innovation elements to making sure people can quit freely and go do whatever they want to do.
So I want to do an audio grab bag. That's one of your intros. And it's going to be brought to us by Lucy today. That's why I wanted Matt on. I love... I think last year we threatened to do this like every couple of months, and then we did it like another year later. So I'm going to threaten again. I would like to make this a regular feature because I love the audio grab bag on the Bruenigs. I should mention the Bruenigs is a podcast you can subscribe to on Patreon.com. How about that? Matt and his wife. Matt drives to work with his wife every day. Just like we
both work
nightmare.
from home full time,
so
show. Imagine that.
Right. So,
today's brought to you by Lucy. Lucy
yeah.
is a nicotine pouch, Matt.
All right. I was wondering, am I going to get a Vice product or am I going to get a home contractor?
You got a Vice product.
Good.
But I probably actually shouldn't read this part in the ad. But Lucy's 100% pure nicotine. Lucy.co/dumbzone. Here's the way I explain this to people. You've seen pouches. They got pouches at your gas station or something.
Mm-hmm.
Think of those like as you know what a bad cigarette is, right? Everybody knows the brands they see, and they're like, that's a bad cigarette. But you know the good brand of cigarettes, and they feel a little different. They taste a little cleaner. That's what Lucy is. It's a better flavor. They last longer. Just feels cleaner. Lucy.co/dumbzone. Get you 20% off your first order, free shipping, 30-day refund. Here's some fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and everything is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Add over. Complete divider.
Now on to...
There may be some health benefits to it, too. I don't know. I've just been reading.
Okay.
Nicotine and caffeine is good for its cognition.
That's right.
Yeah.
Woman, person, camera, dog, TV. You'll nail it.
But he doesn't do nicotine and caffeine. Or he probably does caffeine.
No. I don't do either.
No, he means you're our second favorite. He means Trump.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Trump and I are both substance-free. Very different outcomes, though.
Interesting. Okay, so audio grab bag. If you said you put these in and labeled them best to worst, let's start with number 5 then, the self-improvement hack. I'll just throw off the day in the life one. But we'll go with 5 through 1 on the other ones. So,
okay. Should I set it up at all?
Sure.
Okay, so
I think
I
Matt
know
sits
Jake.
and watches TikTok all day.
Oh my God! He had one. There was one yesterday. He was the guy that works at Cracker Barrel. Who just
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if we'd done that yet. I don't know.
Yeah, no. So I can tell that Jake's been on a self-improvement kind of arc here. He's been doing the creatine. He's been probably getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight and all that.
It's impossible, is it not?
Is it?
It's impossible.
I'm doing double that. And so I thought, you know what? Look, we got to he maybe hasn't seen this health tip yet on his Instagram or wherever he's getting them. And so I wanted to bring this to him.
You're supposed to eat tons of olive oil. Tons. I use a liter a week.
Of olive oil. You drink it or you're cooking with it?
No, I pour it on everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
pour it on everything. The only purpose of food is to get olive oil into your mouth. This is what I told Dr. Oz a few weeks ago.
Oh, it's
Just think the only purpose of food is to get olive oil in your mouth. In Crete and Sardinia, they use a liter of olive oil per week. A Spanish study of 65-year-old people for 5 years, making them use a liter of olive oil per week against a low-fat Mediterranean diet. At the end of 5 years, the olive oil users had improved memory compared to the low-fat diet. The women had 65% less breast cancer than the low-fat Mediterranean diet, and they had less heart disease. Liter a week.
Olive oil.
Liter a week.
That's the fountain of youth, huh?
Yeah. It really is.
Olive oil.
Olive oil.
It's the secret.
It's the secret.
Okay.
There you go. That's the secret.
Okay, a couple things about this one to me. Because I saw the video. So it's an older guy. Usually this is like, this kind of stuff will be told you by dudes who are, bro dudes, the Affliction t-shirt type thing.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they go to UFC, and those are the kind of guys that I'm like, oh, okay. If he says this, I will instantly start doing that. Or at least think about it for a day and then forget.
Yeah.
The other thing is a key to getting these things sold to my tiny brain, a Spanish study, you said.
We're so dumb. I thought the same thing.
Whoa.
I was like, boy, that's basically
but
double
it's always,
blind.
Yeah, it's always just somewhere you're not real sure I could follow up on it.
Honestly, there's probably 4 states where if they're like Massachusetts, I'm like, that's got to be better than it being tested in Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, now I'm on board. I mean, I'm going to have a tough time getting over the proclamation that food only exists as a delivery system of olive oil to your body.
Right. This regional plant, by the way. So, like, most of humans don't live where olives are. So I don't really know. It just seems implausible. I did also think, like, a liter, I got to think about calories. Obviously, we're doing all the food tracking these days, right? So, that's 1,170 calories a day of just olive oil.
Jesus.
Golly, dude.
It's 10,000 a week?
That's really going to make it hard for you to hit your protein goal, I feel like.
Yeah. Tough to stay in a deficit when you're just topping off your coffee.
Plus, it's quite an investment. You'll start to notice some improvement after 5 years.
5 years. Also, I don't know if you guys have checked the olive oil market lately, but that is not cheap. Especially
Really?
if you want to get like good olive oil, quote, that your Instagram wife tells you about. That's healthy-ish. It's like $10 a bottle. Or more.
Yeah, none of these. He's got something way off. Like these people are not eating a liter of olive. They would be 400 pounds.
Okay.
All right. Up next is, you already kind of mentioned it, but it's Cracker Barrel guy, and so I can see why you sit in front of TikTok all day, because this is the one guy that I got on his thing, and then it'll just say up next video, and then I watch that one, and then I watch that one, and you do get lost in this. This guy's amazing.
Yeah.
This is the Matt Bruenig of the Cracker Barrel.
He is committed, man.
Yeah.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of videos, all the same. Some of them,
your commitment to the NLRB is what this guy is to the Cracker Barrel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just picked 3 of them. They're not in any particular order, but I feel
start
like
with
they give you a
number 2.
flavor.
Yeah.
All right.
I was so happy when I found Cracker Barrel.
There's a lot of people in the world today who haven't been to Cracker Barrel. There's a lot of days that I wait on people, and they'll tell me, Mr. Mark, this is my first time to Cracker Barrel. So remember, find Cracker Barrel. Be happy. Get happy. Tell someone about Cracker Barrel. They may not know. Mr. Mark, I'm sure they know. They don't know. So remember, find Cracker Barrel and be happy.
Okay, so yeah,
I love his delivery and his affect. He kind of sounds like Jim Jones / like Elvis, you know, the Jonestown Massacre guy. He's like, oh, and a fine Cracker Barrel.
He works at Cracker Barrel and he effing loves his job.
I don't have time for that. You don't have time for what? I don't have time for anything but Cracker Barrel. So remember, make time for Cracker Barrel. Visit there for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. To-go catering. There's one close by you. You say, what, Mr. Mark? How close is it? Google it. You can find one.
You dummy.
Delicious food every time of the day. Breakfast, dinner, and lunch. And don't forget, they're waiting for you. They're going to treat you so many great ways. You're going to love one of them. So remember, join the Cracker Barrel Rewards team.
One of those ways.
Love Cracker Barrel, live Cracker Barrel, and remember, find a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, it all starts there.
He's got one where he's standing with a few of his coworkers, I guess.
Welcome to Cracker Barrel. This is Cracker Barrel 569. We're asking a few of the employees here what they like about Cracker Barrel. What do you like, Miss Brittany?
Oh, I love the corporate structure and the
And Miss Marilyn?
Okay.
Oh, I love the corporate structure and the people. They're excellent.
And Miss Marilyn?
Retail.
Retail.
Absolutely love the teamwork and how we just all support each other.
And we got Mr. Trenton here.
We got the people and the discount on the food.
All right, everyone have a great day. And remember, go to your local Cracker Barrel.
Yes,
we don't get that discount, Tristan.
Have a good day.
Yeah, the guy that works there loves the discount
Don't
that he gets.
forget, find a Cracker Barrel.
And I found one more that I thought was, well, I thought a lot of other ones were good, but this is one in addition to the one you gave me.
What a world. Things are good, actually.
Cracker Barrel is here for you. There's so many elderly folks who come to Cracker Barrel and they've lost their loved ones, and we know that. We're here for you. We're here for you. Come in any time of night or day, in every location from coast to coast, nation to nation. Cracker Barrel is here for you. We'll meet all your dining needs. So remember, make Cracker Barrel your dining choice. Celebrate the good news.
Celebrate the good news. This guy's a pastor.
Cracker Barrel is here. Remember, make it your dining choice. And come and get some great fixins. And remember, we're here for you. Have a great day.
Okay, that's as close as I think he got to an actual brand-aligned campaign. It's Cracker Barrel. We're here for you. So
yeah, he's coming up with it on his own, I think.
Yeah, that one I think could actually stick. Find a Cracker Barrel, I don't feel like has legs. Like he tried that 3 or 4 times.
So
but
if my grandpa is lonely, will Miss Brittany treat him right?
They're here for you.
Because they treat you well in more than one way. In one of those ways, you're going to like.
One of the ways.
On the video before that, I just want to say I do have a lot of white trash in my background, and I love Cracker Barrel. But let me tell you something, bud. If you're getting to go from Cracker Barrel, that is a very down bad situation. Like he's like, to go catering.
Well,
dude. If you're picking up
they do
Cracker
run a
Barrel,
pretty good deal.
Oh, do they?
If you dine in, you get a dinner to go for $5.
Wow.
Which I've done.
There's an Italian spot up here that used to do that.
Cracker Barrel does it.
Nice.
Great bit. Then this guy's right. The Bruenig said they thought he was touched.
Dude, listen. So I've told you guys this story before, but I have an uncle who has something that's similar to Down syndrome. And that means he was functional enough to work, supervised work, but he was also extremely devious and hungry. So he worked at a grocery store, and he would stock and he would bag groceries, but he liked to steal, and he was super hungry. And so it was fun, though, because he would have, like, stories about the store. And I'm telling you, if he had a phone, he would have had a TikTok because he was like the store mascot, you know? Like, everybody loved him.
Oh, yeah.
The managers loved him. And they're, despite the stealing,
Did I see some?
He
were
was
you
like,
guys,
he's a sweet guy.
Did the Bruenigs talk about this, or did I see it online that somebody said you should hire an autist?
That was another audio grab bag item, yeah.
Okay.
Someone on a podcast, I didn't put it in this, but yeah, he was going off about how autistic people are great workers and, they're a literal money hack, a money cheat if you hire one of them.
Yeah.
So,
no,
yeah.
I think that most managers, whether they know it or not, would agree.
I do like one
just
thing
let 'em
about
go.
this guy that I only now just realized is that all the 90% of the videos are him clearly outside the Cracker Barrel, but he's got a highway behind him, which suggests that they're making him make the videos out of the store.
They're like, look, we like it, but the corporate side of things is not.
I feel like he's doing this on his own, though. I don't think they're making him.
No, I don't think so. No. I mean to say that, why doesn't he just do it in the store? And they're like, Mr. Mark,
They're
you
saying
gotta.
you're causing a commotion.
Yeah,
making this video here. Why don't you just do it somewhere else?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go into the parking lot and then you can do your Cracker Barrel video. But they seem to like it, and there are videos where you can tell if someone from the regional office is coming to the store, they're wanting to see him. So they're clearly aware, and if they wanted him to stop, I'm sure they could make him stop. So
this is like a new thing. Who's the car dealer we got on? Not car dealer, but
Doug
salesman.
Townsend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like little places are getting their little fame from these
I mean,
things.
honestly, dude, when the whole China, Trump, TikTok thing was happening, that was one of the points. Again, I don't know how true it is, but there was a lot of talk about how small businesses that thrive on TikTok are going to take it in the butt. Like wood.
Well, yeah. Well, they were defining a small business as a TikTok creator who gets some of the little TikTok money as well. So anyone who was getting,
okay,
they're a small business content creation company or whatever.
And finally, in today's audio grab bag, we have. Do you want to set it up?
It's just an Alex Jones clip. I know Jake's a huge Alex Jones fan. And so I figured this one's from a long time ago when he was still skinny Alex Jones. And it just makes me think of you guys' show more than anything else. So I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, what do you think of the Cowboys? What do you think of this?
Yeah, did you see the simulated combat on TV? Yeah, I watched it. A bunch of rich gladiators that could care less about me. Did you see it? Yeah, I'm empty too. Yeah, I did. I fill my head with facts and figures that don't matter instead of learning the political system and standing up for myself. Again, I'm not saying sports are bad in and of themselves if you're involved in it, but not when it's your whole focus. It's always the same. They're like androids. They have like a little fake conversations. So, what do you think of the playoffs? What do you think of the weather? Oh, yeah. And you start bringing up, I don't know, what do you think of the surveillance grid going in? Have you heard about how they're listening to all of us without warrants? They're like, well, gee, buddy, what you bringing that up for? It's kind of weird. Well, it is weird they're doing it. It's very dangerous. Well, I don't care. I'm not involved in politics. I don't have to worry about that, Mac. Oh, really? They're putting the grid in place to rob you, you fat...
Yeah, that's the classic my mom says no politics at Thanksgiving tweet. Yeah, you react that way.
He's so good at working himself up, even in these hypothetical conversations, he's starting to get mad at his own little character that he's come up with, sports guy.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I'm not like a smart person, but I think I have like a hyper active internal dialogue, and I feel like I can tell when someone else does, and he does. Like, I feel like he's doing that back and forth in his head about every decision he makes. Where he's just like, oh, let's go get some fajitas tonight, Alex. Alex, you fat fuck, you don't want fajitas. Oh, yeah, but you live in a... You know what I mean? I feel like he's doing that all the time. And it's just, some people are able to whip themselves up like that. Oh, what do you think of the playoffs?
Finally.
That should just be our sports open. That part.
Yeah.
Just that little part.
Finally, my final thing for Matt Bruenig, known as a top performer in the world of internet trolling.
Oh.
What is your take on the Luka trade?
We're out of time. Don't let him do this.
I've got so much, and you didn't even prep me for this, so I've been thinking about this a lot. Okay, so first off, before we get into anything, I'm not fair weather fans. I'm not really into that. You know, you got to stick with your team no matter what, good, bad, you know. So some of the fair weather fan stuff, I've not been a huge fan of. I'll be honest there.
We'll get to that.
Number two, look, Trump's cracking down on immigrants right now. You know what I'm saying? They're deporting people. I read there was a story in the Times today. There was a Brown professor who got deported. She's been working here for a while on a work visa.
They just looked at her. They just looked at her and said,
I was going to say, did she work at Brown or?
Yeah, where'd she work?
She was working at Brown University.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She has the same visa that Luca has. So, you know, Nico might be thinking about a little bit of the political tides here that you're not thinking about.
Yeah, Adelson's got an ear to the ground.
What else? I had another.
He can't play defense and.
Oh yeah, I mean, terrible for culture. Company culture is first and foremost, right?
You want a Cracker Barrel like vibe.
You do, right? He's not going to do the Mavs video every day about come on down to Mavs Town like Cracker Barrel Man is. And that's going to hurt sales. And, you know, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, he's kind of a big whiny crybaby, you know? And he's not getting any younger. So I say, you know, just stick it out, see how it goes. And, you know, I think, Nico, you got to give him, and I guess I'll say this. Let's say it is a mistake. Let's say it is a mistake. Have you never made a mistake?
Oh, yeah. We're doing a cast the first stone type thing. Yeah. I mean, he was all perfect up until now, right? P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford.
He's
17-1?
Hey, add up all of his GM moves, and then we get a percentage, and they're pretty good. Isn't that's what the owner is saying? He's saying, look, okay, yeah, but his batting percentage is pretty high. He got Kyrie, he got Clay, he got, you know, and so maybe, no one bats 1,000.
Yeah,
okay. I don't know that he's capable of being like straight with us with his troll cape on, but you have to enjoy the uprising. Because
I love that.
In modern times, you know, this is sort of, we talk about this all the time. Like, you just feel disconnected from the levers of power, and you're just like, look, people can just do things. They make a decision based on self-interest or cruelty, and you're just like, oh, there's nothing I can do. And it's been nice for me to feel that little bit of like, you know what, we can collectively get mad about our thing that Alex Jones would make us make fun of us for, and yell at the ruling class. And it feels good.
Yeah, no, that's been great. And there's nothing they could do about it, really. I mean, they kick some people out of the arena, but that doesn't stop them from chanting at FC Dallas and whatever. Like
medieval times.
He's just getting ritually humiliated, and there's no amount of like top-down pressure that can bottle it up. So I do like that.
It's not like your specialty is like armchair psychology of billionaires, but Dan said something earlier like, maybe Dumont eventually just realizes it. And he has some sort of, they fire Nico 4 or 5 years from now when it's safe. There's a mea culpa. I just don't see that happening because I'm starting to come around to the idea that these people, you know, Elon is a great example on the national scale of, like, he could be booed at a sporting event or a comedy show and come out and be like, they loved me. Mm-hmm. I don't know how people do it, but I feel like you get to a level where they're not rational people anymore.
Yeah, you know, that is an interesting example because I had read there was a book apparently that came out. I read something that was talking about the book about that event for Elon. And apparently it was a crushing event.
Like
yeah.
Chappelle, right?
Yeah, like behind the scenes.
Okay.
Apparently he like sent him into some kind of spiral.
Good.
So yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know about these particular owners and how they feel about it. I don't know. I can't really get a handle on. Yeah, I don't know. With people like Mark Cuban and Jones, I feel like you get a sense that what they care about. I don't even know what these people care about, really.
Israel is one of it's one thing.
They're big on that.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt Bruenig. Everybody go subscribe to the Bruenigs. You want to promote anything else?
No, that's it.
All right.
Hey, did you see the story where
Hit 'em up.
like those workers in
you're-
Italy got the Musk memo? You need to read that one
No.
of the times. Like Italy,
Okay.
they had some workers over there that are loosely related to government contracts, and then they sent their Musk thing over there, and Italy's like, yeah, dude, no. I don't think you understand. Here you get a job, and you can suck at it your whole life, and you get to keep it.
Oh yeah, that happened with when Musk took over Twitter. They were firing all those people, and one of the people he tried to fire was in Iceland, and they ended up having to pay him like $1 million or something.
Yeah, I remember that actually. He's like a disabled guy or something.
Yeah. That was his move.
Other
was to be
countries,
like, I
you
have
can't
some
just
disability.
ruin people's lives. All right, Matt, we'll see you.
All right, bye.
All right.
The great Matt Bruenig, NLRB Edge.
News today brought to us by Frankel and Burkett. That's not their name, but Gene Burkett is the other partner.
You want to talk about humble.
Frankel and Frankel. Good dude, tall dude.
Yeah.
Great shoe game. Anyway, that's not why we're going to talk about them. They are personal injury attorneys. They will help you get what you deserve if, in fact, you are injured and someone is at fault. They're the guys that are going to get you what you deserve. They will deal with the insurance companies. If you get in an accident, call the Frankels.
214-817, and then all threes. Bang that 3-3-3-3-33-33. Make sure you're okay, and then call our fellas, because it can be a huge beating. They will make it easy. One phone call, 214-817, and then all threes. Deuce.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
All right, we will pop a guest on here in a minute for some local news, but first up, boy, we should have just kept Matty B on for this one. The Texas legislature is in session right now, folks, and because we love to do bits with acronyms for bills, a close second to the names of sting operations. They try to get a little creative. This one is the Furries Act. The Forbidding Unlawful Representation of Role-Playing in Education Act.
Nice.
So speaking of
unbelievable, they were able to figure that out.
I know. Speaking, because you got to reverse engineer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You got to figure it out from the.
No, it's writing a parody song. I thought of a good hook. Now I got to fill in all the other things.
Hats off to him. That's a tough nut to crack. So speaking of like your family member in politics at Thanksgiving, certainly all of us have had some brush with they're putting litter boxes in school classrooms, right?
Yes.
We've all heard this to some degree.
Which is silly. It's not something that's happening. Like, I will give you, there might be a handful of transgender males trying to compete in women's sports, but it's very, very few. Like, it'd be statistically zero. But I will bet I'll bet this would be small for that community.
Yeah, it's a little bit unclear where this whole quote-unquote hoax came from.
Yeah.
In December of 2021, the rumor was shared during the public comments section of some random Michigan school board, and it was quickly debunked. But then the leader of the Michigan Republican Party shared it on Facebook, and then it got written about on the New York Times. It's come up in every election cycle since then. 22 local and 23 national and 24. Joe Rogan mentioned it. Knew of a school that was offering litter boxes to students. He backtracked it saying it doesn't seem there's any proof that they have put any litter boxes in there, which happens on Rogan a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say something.
And be like,
His boy will try to find it. And then... So it's straight up rumor. Now, at the same time, I'm not saying that there's not one kid in America who's never been like, I'm bringing a litter box to school. There may have been one.
Yeah.
Just like there was a kid in my high school who said that he won a concert for his birthday in the backyard played by Marilyn Manson from the new bag of Doritos 3Ds and the promotion they had. He didn't, but he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen. But the good news is anything now can't happen due to the forbidding unlawful representation of role-playing in education.
To actually bring this up into a bill and all that. Now, is this, I saw this alleged, is it that you are just trying to sow, I don't know, discontent, yes, with the public school system. If you make the public school system seem like this,
the enemy,
then you are able to get through your school vouchers, which it seems like most people are not on board with. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but
right. But I'm just saying, if you can at least see this in there, and it's like, well, wait, public schools are crazy.
Yeah, that's a great point. I've read a couple like
this
breakdowns from education websites. The teachers hate this.
This is like a David Cross thing, though, where they had to put a law saying you can't have sex with somebody under 13 or whatever because somebody must have been doing it. Whereas this is opposite. Where, like, in the future, if you looked at this, you'd like, wow, this was such a big deal, they had to put a law in place. Yet,
it's interesting
we think that it's never happened, yet there's going to be a law in place.
Now, non-human behavior, what does that mean?
It's like my kids, their entire...
they're not...
Yeah, like they're
right.
little animals.
Yeah. But this is mostly for
I say that about you or my wife when they're opening one of you guys opens a package, or she'll open the 12-pack, and they have like the
perforated.
This is a new argument, Blake. So yeah, they have the perforated 12-pack thing, and she'll like rip it open, just the thing, and then all the cans pour out. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, look how it's made to, but she needed that can real quick.
Well, this is not just that sort of behavior. It's also to be clear, using a litter box. That's out. But wearing a tail, leash, collar, animal-like ears, licking oneself for grooming.
Who's doing that?
Making animal noises such as barking, meowing, or hissing.
So you try.
No meowing?
They are prohibited from creating organizations or clubs related to non-human behavior. And they are also prohibited from promoting the belief that non-human behaviors are socially acceptable. Jeez, dude.
What a waste of
time.
There
are exemptions, though. You can still have mascots, Halloween, and theater performances. I don't know. So this is going up for a vote. Because why not?
And then they'd be like, why did all these people vote no against this? They must love this behavior.
So speaking of the school voucher thing, Friday after the show, this news came down that Keller has scrapped their plan to nuke their school district.
Oh, wow.
Because of, quote-unquote, budget concerns.
Mm-hmm.
Which means we had a couple school board meetings, and we're like, we didn't really realize it was going to be like this. So
that's surprising. I thought they were just going to plow through.
Friday news dump and sent it out. Members of the school board found out when they got the email that the public got. Now, what's interesting is they lost their superintendent over this, kind of a back and forth. She said, I'm out. They said, F you, whatever. I don't know the specifics on that part of it, but she's gone. She could be back, I guess. But their plan to sever off the west side of the district, which is lower income, has failed. Again, they say that it's because they all have a lot of debt, bond debt, and dividing it up would require a lot of funding. So our good friend who has kids over there sent me this story on Friday afternoon, and I just kind of jokingly was like, wish they could have done this with the Luka trade. Let's let the public...
Sure.
Let's let a quasi-referendum
put a trial
occur.
balloon out there, yeah.
Yeah, but alas, we could
But they
not.
didn't want that. That would have been a volatile summer, bro.
That's right. So do we want to go to a guest? I
Yeah.
feel like that's a good segue.
Yeah.
Because people actually are showing up at city council meetings to talk about Luka, even though there's no reversing it or scrapping the plan. There was a guy that went viral the other day in Irving. Irving, of course, is the site of the Adelsons. I guess I'm going to shift to Adelson because now I hear a lot of people saying it. their purchase area a bit north of the old Texas Stadium site that they're going through the rezoning process to make it a full-on entertainment venue. So mixed use for athletics, shopping, dining, bars, and, of course, gaming. A casino. And there was a guy that went there and sounded off, and we had a reporter on the scene. Reporter, do you read me? Over.
Hello, do you read me?
There she is. It's Jasmine, folks.
Yeah.
What's up?
She'll make picks. She'll talk to you about advertising on the Dumb Zone, and she will go cover local sports and politics. So fill us in.
Okay, so the thing that you saw was different from what I went to. So what I went to was the Irving Town Hall on Friday.
Okay.
And this was an opportunity, and I'll get to what you were just talking about. So that was an opportunity for citizens, whoever wants to be vocal, to basically tell these people to fuck their casino right off. And they opened the floor. They really did. I was surprised. So about 500 people showed up. This was at the Irving Convention Center, which I'm sure, didn't y'all have ticket stock there?
Many times.
Many times, yeah. Okay, so you are aware of how it's set up, super cavernous and echoey. So I tried to get audio, but it was all shit. But basically, what happened was the senior vice president for government relations for the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, this guy named Andy Abood, showed up and did this stupid PowerPoint presentation, the whole time pitching this resort, never specifying it's a casino, as if we're all just fucking stupid. And so he's standing there. Now, here's what's funny, and I was kind of texting Dan about this. So to set the scene, it's standing room only. People are fucking pissed. There's signs everywhere. Don't Vegas my Irving. No to your casino.
I like it.
Oh, it's so great.
I like it.
Y'all, there were monks there. There were people from like the Muslim community. Like it was a very diverse
It's Irving.
crowd. Yeah, it's Irving. I was there in bright blue. Like I blued out like we were in the playoffs. Luka, Mavs. I mean, there was no guessing where I stood on this issue. Yes. So I walked in and I sat down. I made sure to sit right in front of this motherfucker when he was presenting. And I just sat like this, as if I'm so threatening. But I sat there. And so while the city council person, this guy named Mark Croninwet, announced like, hey, this guy's coming up. And he's like, goes on and on. Like Wikipedia reads this Andy Abood's whatever, as if we care. And he's like, and please be respectful when he, gets up on stage. So as soon as he gets up, everyone's booing him. There's no respect.
Hell yeah.
It's awesome. And then the city councilman's like, I said respect, please. And everybody's like, yeah, whatever. So he gets up there. And again, this goes back to the absolute extreme tone deaf, just incensing part of this entire family, where they just don't read the fucking room or know our community. So he gets up and he talks about how I'm a graduate of the University of Nebraska. Nobody cares. And he's like, and I'm a lifelong Cards fan.
St. Louis Cardinals.
You just going to float that out here?
Right, not here.
Unbelievable. There's like two baseball teams, maybe.
Lie. Yeah,
Oh my
don't say
God.
Houston.
Don't say St. Louis.
Don't say-
You're a Royals
and-
fan. Yeah.
Dude. And I mean, you could feel, and I'm like, this is how you start? Oh, this will be great. So then he goes into a spiel and people are just jeering and booing at him the whole time. So then they open the floor to questions. And I was really surprised that they read, I mean, nobody was like fielding them and seeing what they were like. They read them word for word. And so I'll give you what I asked. It was on a note card that a moderator read. But I said, given Patrick Dumont's approach to business dealings, particularly in relation to the Dallas Mavericks, how can we trust that the Sands is committed to true transparency, as you expressed in your PowerPoint presentation for an hour and a half, in its operations and decision making for what's best for our community? So, of course, the crowd, I mean, I was kind of proud.
That's a banger.
I was like, solid. And so then, of course, the crowd like clapped on that one. And I was like,
yeah.
And
Feels
so I'm
good.
standing there.
Great question,
it
Dan.
does. Yeah, and I'm standing there and I'm looking at him. I'm like, right here, pal. That was my fucking question, right here. And so then he goes, and I quote, He goes, I'm not sure what that person means by that question, because I think everything that the company does is pretty transparent. With all due respect, I simply reject every notion of that person's question.
Wow.
Oh, dude, the balls on this motherfucker. And then when he said that thing about, oh, we're fully transparent, people started screaming, Luka! It was so great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That was awesome.
I'm reading a story about it now. He says that the guy in his presentation revealed that 59% of Texans would vote in favor of a casino proposal, which was met with boos.
Oh, dude, it was total horror. So what he did, and look, to his credit, he's supposed to do what he's supposed to do, right? So he had this PowerPoint presentation. At one point, he had all these heat maps of these areas all over Texas where it's illegal. People are doing their slot machines that are unregulated. And we're like, no one gives a fuck. We don't care. I didn't know that was going on, which shows you it's not in my face. I don't care. And you didn't destroy my basketball team. So it rocks.
Yeah.
So it was just, it was one of those things where it was so eye-opening how dense, tone-deaf, arrogant, go down the list this entire group is. Oh, here's the funnier part. Before he started, he's like, I'd like to familiarize you with the family that's behind this Cinderella story. So they put up the picture of Miriam Adelson, the fucking picture of Patrick Dumont, and people are like, boo. And he's like explaining this wonderful this heartwarming story about how this family came to be, and they just want a little resort here. And here's the funnier thing. He's showing his global portfolio, right? Again, tone deaf. He's like, and if any of you sitting in this room have never been to the Four Seasons, we're in Las Colinas. And so then, of course, at that point, I just started heckling. I was like, really? Like the one down the street that's now a Ritz? We don't want your resort. He doesn't know about
that one.
Oh, dude, because they don't care. The thing is, they just don't care about us. And they want to, and the whole time they're like, we can't wait to be in your community. We can't wait to be your neighbors. Like, just, it was so weird and predatory. Like, this guy got his fair share of shit. I mean, everybody was just screaming, heckling, booing. The monks were like yelling at him. Fucking monks.
There are, and you said there are more meetings scheduled for this week that you will attend.
Yeah, so tonight there's a really important one. It is the Irving Planning and Zoning Commission meeting.
Yes.
And so it's open to, like, I put my name in, I've got a speech written out. So they're going to have all these people, that can take the floor. You bet your fucking ass I'm putting the Dallas Mavericks as part of my why. But basically after tonight, I mean, they're going to vote on whether that piece of land, that Texas Stadium site, is going to be rezoned for casino. But here's the other thing. Texas hasn't, this is why I don't know how much you follow this, and I'm not a big government person, but once you fuck with my sports team, I'm all government. So as we know, obviously, Texas, it's not legal to gamble here. There's no legalization of any casino. So the city of Irving and these citizens and everybody is like, well, why are you forcing this through if it's not even, why are we forcing a vote if we haven't even legalized the gambling component? It's very, very suspicious, right? So we're like asking these questions. And so tonight, people will be able to speak in front of the actual commission and just tell them, don't vote on this. And then it'll go to the city council on Thursday. But then it still has, you still have to, it still has to go through the state. Then it has to go, back to the voters, because you're effectively changing the Constitution of Texas. So it's not like it's going to happen like this, but oh my God, every chance I can double bird this family, I'm going to get it.
So you might be up getting to ask a question?
Like, not even ask a question. You show up with your prepared what you want to say.
Okay,
so I've got my
up at the podium, like that one we saw that went. So
yes.
You want to go viral? Let me help.
Oh God, what do you want me to do?
Well, you get up there, you say your piece, you say your thing, and you want to make sure you get to say what you want to say. Then you fire that shirt off. Yep. Just kind of
I don't know.
Fling it to the side and walk out.
How much do you care about the Mavs?
A 7 on one boob and a 7 on the other.
Because I can promise you.
What if this
guy's not at 44, maybe 25.
Oh, come on.
I'd lose my argument. 45-year-old.
What if this guaranteed us Luka returns?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like,
let's go.
Hang my nuts out.
So we'll see. I mean, what do you want? That'll get him Jake's nuts. But Yeah, so we'll see. But they're giving everybody 5 minutes max. They'll, pull out the cane, but everybody gets 5 minutes that's signed up, and I went and signed up to speak. And I feel so like backstory, I grew up in Irving. So my mom, the house I grew up in is like 2 exits from this Texas Stadium site. So I have every right to fucking speak.
There you go.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Well, go get them.
I'll go get them.
Thanks for the report.
Yeah, you bet. Hey, I need to get some Dumb Zone shirts for the monks.
Done.
You've come to the right place.
Yeah,
sure.
I think that would be great. Because the monk community needs to know about the Dumb Zone. These are some very rad monks. I completely I undersold monks. I thought they were quiet and boring. These guys were ready to party. These are some cool ass monks.
All right.
They make beer and stuff.
We'll see you later.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
There's Jasmine reporting live from Irving.
Yeah, I don't really have much else for you other than to tell you that the Gateway Church guy, you guys were calling him Romo, he did turn himself in Oklahoma this morning.
Robert Morris?
Yeah, after he was indicted.
He didn't do an OJ car chase?
No. 63 years old. That went to jail. Legit.
He didn't go to jail. He
Well,
turned
you're right.
himself
He turned
in.
himself in.
He's
He had
going to
to
be
put
fine.
on a jumpsuit.
He's not going to jail.
They let it. I don't know. He certainly faces the possibility of that, but yeah, probably not.
The Dumb Zone News.
What?
No, you're fine. It's just
subscribe.
You were wrapping
No,
up.
I know. It was awkward.
I'm trying to
shoehorn one in there real quick. Post Jazzy Jeff.
Today in history is going to be brought to us by Lone Star Beer and Lone Star Light. That is audio of Lone Star Beer being poured. Lone Star Beer in the red can, of course. Lone Star Light is what I generally prefer in the blue can. But they're fantastic. They also have LoneStarBeer.com. And when you go there, you can get some awesome merch, like this hat that I am wearing right now.
Like this shirt.
Oh, you're
I'm
wearing a Lone Star
right now.
T-shirt today.
Look at that bad boy. That's a cool shirt. Fits great on my weird body. So if you got weird body, get some good shirt. Feels good.
You get a nice discount, too. Dumb Zone 21.
Don't be like the sit-in Dan who got the swag without the coupon code.
No,
Don't pay full
save
price.
money by typing in all one word, Dumb Zone 21. You get 21% off the merch. Must be 21 or over to purchase. So you'll get money savings. We'll get hey, Lone Star Beer will know that you supported us. And Lone Star Beer celebrating 140 years of brewing in Texas. Thank you for your partnership, the greatness of Lone Star.
Go peruse, man. Go peruse that website.
Beer.
I'm going to do it at every single spot.
What are you going to do?
Jam you up. Oh, look, they got a little coffee cup.
Little coffee cup to
put
your little TV in. We could start off with viewer mail birthdays. I never got to viewer mail today. We'll get to that tomorrow. Viewer mail birthdays, though. We wish Jason says, I want to wish Carolyn Ennis, or is it Enos, a happy Luca plus Anthony Davis birthday. Big DZ fan. I'm a day one subby. Her leader is Bracket Dan throwing a ball against a wall for fitness. That's Jason Ennis. We have Dear Fuhrer of Fertility. It is the 29th birthday of my firstborn, A.C. McGahee.
Great dude.
You announced the birth of his son a few epis ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Congrats on that.
This is from James McGahee. We also got from Robert, wishing male nurse AC from an April 2024 sit-in, 29 years old.
Yeah, no, this is big news, despite your best efforts.
He says, thanks for giving he and I things to talk about during family get-togethers. Hashtag flared bass from Robert. Wait, are you saying I was against him?
You were trying to
Well, we met
Keep him
him,
down.
and you were like, the flared base thing is because we asked him questions about how to. He's a male nurse, and he takes a lot of stuff out of people's bottoms.
Yeah, works in the ER.
But Dan, when he got here, he's like, "Hey, so,
got any kids?
Bro, you got any kids alive or whatever?" And he was like, "Oh man, we actually just miscarried."
Not alive. No.
Yeah, we had one that was pretty late.
Yeah, and then you were like, "You'll never have a real kid."
Try some of my real cum. And now he's
take this home tour.
And now he's got a baby. So, very, very solid shot. And the Stars are, despite yesterday, doing well. I remember.
So he now has a baby, thanks to me. You're saying
it's
in the
it.
inspiration.
Yeah, it was your real cum that impregnated her.
Right. Sometimes you got to have a.
Just being around me. That's all you need.
Yeah. You're like a Dan Campbell.
And so I got this resent. I thought I wished this guy happy birthday on Friday, but this is from Quentin Artho. But the subject line did say March 17th birthday, so maybe I messed up. His son, Max Artho. I'm going to guess the last name is Artho as well. But you never know. The way Quentin Artho gets around.
Slanging that Q seed.
Yeah.
Q seed connect this.
It is Monday, March 17th. Man, I wonder if I should do this tomorrow. I know we got bits planned for this week.
Oh, by the way, I made the executive decision in the break that on Wednesday, it's a couple days late, but we're going to release the full It's Just Banter again on our feed, where TC and Dan broke down their trip to the Christ
See, that's what I was doing this morning, is going through old Leprechaun audio.
Yeah. That you
like
just
meeting the lady. Let me just do what I was doing for you this morning.
It will never stop. That's the problem.
No, this will stop because I was just going real quick, just a quick listen to the beginning of all these cuts.
You want some crack?
So we went to Mobile, Alabama in 2014 to find the leprechaun. Excuse me. May I ask you guys something?
What's up?
Do you know the story of the leprechaun tree?
Oh, it's Midget Sean. That's a friend of ours. He's a midget.
What gave it away?
That's a friend of ours. He's a midget. Yeah, that's the first lady we ran into. She's outside wearing pajama pants. Before it was big to wear pajama pants. Now everybody's doing it. This lady was doing it in 2014. Ended up giving us directions, of course.
Well, you can you can take Hayes Avenue.
You remember that, of course.
She's
and
got
then
like a Marvin the Martian shower cap on.
Our trip around now, she would send us to one corner. We would talk to somebody. They would send
me. You know who Midget Sean is?
Yeah, I know of them.
Yeah, so everybody knows who he is. It's.
Hey, excuse me. How you doing? Hey, you know who Midget Sean is?
Yeah.
See, they all know. They all know Midget Sean.
Y'all lost?
Do you know who Midget Sean is?
Yeah.
We're looking for Midget Sean.
I ain't seen him today. What y'all?
See, like everybody, like you walk around this city.
It's a big dog.
Everybody knows who Midget Sean is. And yeah, man, we ended up getting his number and meeting him and met his cousin and we met Midget Sean himself.
Took a ride in the car.
Yeah.
So I said, it was St. Patrick's Day. So I said, well,
that's Midget Sean.
They got the Bigfoot, it's a lot less monster, you know what I'm saying? And I said, well, we can say the leprechaun in the tree. And so I climbed up to the tree, and everybody said, there ain't no real leprechaun. Everybody thought it was the movie, but it was a real leprechaun. It was me.
Yes, and I guess on the It's Just Banter, so on the ticket, we, of course, talked about this and played some really short cuts. And then on It's Just Banter with the podcast format, was it you and me and TC? Or just me and TC?
No, it was all three of us, but it's an hour and a half of gold.
Of just listening to everything in full?
Longer form audio, yeah.
Okay. Are we going to put it on our feed on Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. Look at that business decision he made. We can't stop this freight train. What day is today? Oh, March 17th, obviously. On this day in 1988, Avianca Flight 410, a Boeing 727 crashed after takeoff into a mountain in Colombia, killing all 143 people on board. That was a big deal. You ever read about that?
They eat each other?
No, this wasn't that. The Colombian... Just the theories on why there were so many jet airline crashes in a short period of time around that area. And it was... I don't remember. It was a Klosterman book or... But it was like there was lots of machismo involved.
Oh, just like I can make it.
And if things were going wrong, like it was just it was like a culture thing.
Huh.
Anyway, on this day in 1990, the Texas Giant opened to the public at Six Flags.
Damn, dude.
What a day that must have been for kids.
I was so freaked out, man.
In 1990, was this huge news?
Yo, yeah. It was like
you saw it being built.
I swear to God, it was like a sports team moving here.
Yeah,
Like it was wood. It was called Texas. I was so freaked out the first time.
Yeah, I remember when they opened the Titan. It was very similar.
Titan was big a little bit later, but the Texas Giant, man, you'd go on it, and it was just so rickety.
Never rode it.
It was wood, and it was just herky jerking you back and forth. Like, I would get sore riding it, and you're like, go again.
Is that the one where the lady fell out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then her head fell out of her body.
On this day in 2005, baseball players...
You don't know about that?
No.
She didn't just fall out. Her head fell out. The Texas Giant lady was straight up sliced, decapitated.
Wow.
And I actually know someone. I got a buddy.
That?
Who was in line to get on the Texas Giant when that happened.
Was he also 500 pounds?
No.
He might have been okay then.
Look what she was wearing. I see the...
This is the day in 2005 baseball players testified in Congress about steroids. Rafi Palmeiro, Sammy Sosa testified they had not used them. Mark McGwire refused to say whether he had. On this day in 2008, Paul McCartney divorced his wife, Heather Mills. He was 65, she was 40, on the grounds of unreasonable behavior. She was the anti-landmine activist
yeah,
who had only one leg,
right.
But it wasn't because she was in a landmine accident that she had one leg.
Blew my mind.
Happened to be.
When I found out.
One of my favorite.
But a great
incidents.
spokesperson for it.
Yeah, no, that's a circumstance worked out there. It does remind me of I've always thought that Mark Wahlberg made that Asian guy blind. He didn't.
Oh, he just beat up like a blind guy?
Yeah.
Okay. On this day in 2016, two things happened. SeaWorld said they would no longer breed killer whales or make them perform crowd-pleasing tricks because they got all woke.
Must mean that documentary must have just come out before this.
Free Willy?
No, Blackfish.
And on this day in 2016, Brendan Morrow officially retired from the NHL by signing a one-day contract with the Dallas Stars. Bad bit. Elsewhere, former Ranger Chris Davis, 39.
Which
So
one?
K or C?
C.
Money.
The Masher. K is the one who guaranteed playoffs that year. He was here for a game.
He did.
Just hold them off till I get back, boys.
Sam Bowie is 64.
Of the high school.
Sam Bowie was drafted before Michael Jordan in 1984, the 1984 NBA draft. Take a look at it.
It's tough.
Olajuwon 1, Sam Bowie 2, Jordan 3. I can't remember exactly where. It might have been 4 that Barkley went.
Perk 4, Barkley 5. Sam Perkins.
Wow.
Yeah, not Perk.
Oh, okay. So the Mavs have Barkley on the board and went Sam Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
And Stockton was later in the first round as well.
16.
I forgot to say this in the weekend check, but the first time the kid has seen Space Jam, he's all in.
The first one?
Big Michael Jordan fan now.
Okay.
He's running around the house saying, I'm Michael Jordan. And so typically what we'll do is when he discovers a movie that he likes, we'd like to go get books about it, and I cannot find a Space Jam book that features an MJ and not LeBron.
Really?
Yeah.
The king went on an IP.
Proves he's a goat.
Just erased it.
Mia Hamm, 53.
Can I
stick my tongue down your throat?
It's an undefeated moment.
Danny Ainge is 66.
Man, what a weird career. Just
how about his early career? He was in the major leagues. Did you know this? Danny Ainge played for the Blue Jays. He was playing third base when Len Barker threw a perfect game against the Blue Jays.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Cordero Patterson, 34. I would have thought older.
Man.
Cito Gaston is 81. Baseball manager, born in San Antonio. Brandon Ayuk is 27.
Ayuk is on fire.
Katie Ledecky, 28. The Olympic swimmer.
Is she related to somebody?
Probably.
Tracy Wolfson is 50.
Journalism. Oh, no, sideline lady. I was thinking of
Hey, here we go. Yeah. $8 on eBay for an MJ Space Jam.
Hey, did you guys know eBay is, like, not as big of a pain in the ass anymore? Like, you can just straight buy stuff.
Yeah, from
very
businesses.
quickly from businesses. And you don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I got my Luka jersey tee.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just.
I don't know if it was a business, though. I mean.
Business in China.
Ordering stuff online is great. So.
You're going to go there?
So. Amazon is obviously great.
Come on.
And Amazon's pretty great because.
Amen.
You know, now will you order 3 of something and then just send back the 2 that don't fit?
I hear a lot about that.
Okay, we've done that. So this weekend, there's a popcorn I really like. It's Orville Redenbacher's Smart Pop. Little less calorie, whatever. I'm trying to, one step at a time. Trying not to die. But it's not available in stores. I can't find it anywhere. But I find it on Amazon. And so I ordered a thing which had 6 boxes of this popcorn in it. 12 bags in each one. But I'll be set for the next year. Okay? And it was like $49 for the 6 boxes. That seems reasonable, right? It's less than $10 so less than $1 a bag of popcorn. It's great. That's it. So we got in the mail on Friday a huge package. Only 4 of the boxes are in it. And so what do? Do you send it back? And there's nothing on the thing, on the app, that says what to do if it's partial. Like, it says if you have a dispute, like if it didn't arrive or if the box arrived empty. So I hit that one. Box arrived empty. What do I do? And it said, you can call this number. Or we'll call you back. It says, click this.
Love that. So
I'm my Saturday walk. And I said, all right, well, let's see if they actually are going to call me back. Calls you right back. Some guy, ESL guy, calls. But it was from a number. At least they routed it through Seattle. Said Seattle. And they're like, told them my situation. Said, I can't. Should I send this back and then just have them send the correct 6 boxes back? And they said, well, it's food, so you can't return food. So what we'll do is we'll just refund your account, and you've got yourself 4 boxes of popcorn. So how about that?
Terrific.
My story on why is shopping online a great thing.
Year of Dan?
The year of Dan might be continuing. Although Luka.
I'd be upset if you claimed a year, but
Luka has hurt me.
Yeah.
But it's a long year. I remain optimistic that things can get better for us.
I'm glad that makes one of us.
Like the Browns might sign Russell Wilson, dude. How great would that be? My quarterback got engaged over the weekend. Did you see? Deshaun Watson got engaged.
Congratulations.
Yeah, her last name looks like anus too, which I thought was funny. Getting his happy baby.
I think Antonio Brown thought that was funny too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he commented on that.
Dang it.
You two are in lockstep.
Rob Lowe, 61.
Generic cat.
John Boyega, 33.
People
Star
got
Wars.
mad at him for being black in Star Wars.
That's right. Billy Corgan is 58.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's half brother.
Oh, that's right. Rob Kardashian, 38.
Dan.
Coco Austin is 46.
Who?
She's married to Ice-T.
Oh,
You've certainly seen her.
Yeah. Coco, yeah.
Ice and Coco, I think. They have a
Yeah.
show. Patrick Duffy is 76.
From, was he in Dallas, too,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
Bobby Ewing. Kurt Russell is 74.
More of a step-by-step guy.
Gary Sinise is 70.
Damn.
Lieutenant Dan.
What an actor.
Patty Boyd is 81. She
Like
must
Patty
have the
Boyd,
most
homie, I'm on
magical
my own.
down there area going.
Okay, tell me.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Because she was married to George Harrison and then stolen away by Eric Clapton. Like she's married to both.
Yeah, it's either that or she's super okay with putting up with like heroin-addled, womanizing woman beaters.
Yeah.
Or maybe she wanted to switch to a talented musician.
Ooh, wow.
Damn.
That's harsh. Reed Timmer is 45. He is of the TV show Storm Chasers. But our feature birthday today, 46 years old. Who in this room has seen her? Stormy Daniels.
Oh, I thought it was
wow.
going to be Lindsay.
Oh.
Not Lindsay Sterling.
Yes, you made America horny again.
Her birthday's in October.
Born on this day now dead, John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer. He killed Serial. And dead on this day, still dead, we will give you Lance Reddick from The Wire.
Man. Yeah, from The Wire, and appeared his last role posthumously in J-Dub 4.
Oh, John Wick? Really?
Yeah, he was already dead.
He was in a little Tim and Eric as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And that was Today in History.
So 2 quick things. Over the weekend, I celebrated my 5-year anniversary with you two. Went back and listened to the original audio of the announcement, and I could not believe how much you guys hated me and wondered how we ever got here. But the big thing is, why is this clock in front of me turned around?
It's time to discuss it.
Well, the clock, this is a dumb, you're really wanting to bring this on the air? And I guess waiting 2.5 hours in is the best time if you're going to.
Yeah.
Because it is closing
I didn't
remarks.
want to lead off with it.
Brought to us by Fairlease.
Okay.
These are closing remarks. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's an alarm clock, right? It's just a basic 90s digital alarm clock.
But I look at it every minute.
Yeah. It fits directly to Blake's like 12:30 or 1. It's
Yes,
right
in front of me.
And today, that alarm clock is still there.
So for the past 2 weeks, it's been an hour behind because I understand how daylight savings works. But
So-
when I came in here and I saw it flipped around, I knew exactly what you did and why you did it. But my question is, why not just change the time?
So everything's a mental game with me. So last night, yes, I'm working, doing my stuff.
Such an R.
And I saw it, and it was an hour off, and it was bothering me. And I went over to it. I was going to change it, but it's like I got to work around the lights in here and everything, and it's like it's kind of dark in here, so I'd have to turn on my phone light to be able to see the back of it and find the tiny button to change it and all that. And I just didn't want to deal with it, but I didn't want to be looking at it to know that it was an hour prior. You know,
For the rest of the night, yeah.
So he just turned it around.
So, yeah, and then I didn't want to walk. And then I thought, why do I even have this alarm clock? And I played in my head, why is this in here? This is not 1970 or whatever. Yes, we don't need an alarm clock in here. But I realized, I put it here when we used to do the show here for the ticket. And it was probably pandemic era and everything. And because had to be on the clock and just wanted to make sure I could always see a clock. Even though I have my computer in front of me all the time. I don't know. Maybe it was more for Jake.
I enjoyed it.
I like having the clock.
Well, yeah.
I
So
do
the
too.
point is, then I didn't want to walk around. I was thinking I'll just unplug it and put it away.
No, can't do that.
Okay, and then so you want me to fix the clock?
Yeah, I want you to either fix it or get it out of here because it's just weird.
Yeah, so then I just turned it around. And so you're looking at the back of a clock. I just didn't want to be able to see it because it would bother me. And it would mentally make me want to go to bed an hour later.
Little games we play. Same time tomorrow? You guys want to do this again?
Yeah.
All right.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before
Hey,
this
happy
becomes a
St.
zoo.
Patrick's Day, guys.
Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me. All you gotta do is look up in the tree. Who else in the leprechaun say yeah? Say yeah.
Amateur sketch. This amateur sketch. This amateur sketch. This amateur sketch.
Leprechaun flute. Give me the gold. 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 Great grandfather who's Irish. Give me the gold. 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 Great grandfather who's Irish. What a goal, what a goal, what a goal. I wanna know what a goal, what a goal, what a goal. I wanna know what a goal, what a goal, what a goal. I wanna know what a goal, what a goal, what a goal, what a goal. Say yeah, say yeah, say yeah, say yeah, say I just came to help out.